Hey, how's it going, everyone? And again, welcome to another live stream on the channel again. Looking forward to get you involved again and also appearing on the stream as well. So, yep, this one we're discussing Mike Ashley's reviewing Mike Ashley's 13 years as ownership of owning this football club. Oh, a lot of it being very bad indeed. A lot of negativity, definitely, with his time of owning this football club. So, yeah, but yeah, it'll be great to get you involved in how you think it has gone on from there. His time as being owner of this football club for 13 years now, but hopefully that comes to an end very, very soon. Hopefully, because oh my god, we just definitely needed to. Absolutely, yes. So, yeah, so we'll go and read some comments that have just popped up. So Andrew NUFC says, all right, Peter, me, yeah, good, thanks. And yourself? David Waller, Takeover deal worth 300 million close. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yeah. Just fingers crossed. Even now, I've heard there was a thing that the Guardian reported, but I think that's bull rubbish. That the Farce unit should be called, not the Guardian. But yeah, because no other ones has discussed about it. Just the Guardian so far. I think that's bull rubbish. Absolute BS. I think what they're reported, hopefully it is, but I think it's BS with what the Guardian have reported. Even in Peter, hope you're okay. Yeah, good. Thanks. And yourself, Jonathan? Liam in UFC under Mike Ashley, were just another son and Sash Wigan when he was in the Premier League. Yes, 17th. What he likes to finish battling relegation. Andy Smith has the large fat fella left us. Hopefully, he will soon. Still 40 at the moment, but hopefully, very, very soon, we're hoping it. Liam in UFC, what the Guardian reported, that was reported 2 weeks ago. It's copy and paste. Oh, well, then there you go. Then I think it's definitely a load of tripe than that one they've come out with, definitely. So, yeah, there you go. So I had a feeling it was going to be that. Sharky 2WTV says, good evening, Pierre. Hi, good evening, Charlie. Hope you're well as well. And yeah, great video on your video that you said you now hit 3,000 subscribers. Very good, man. Deserve it. Absolutely deserve it. You do. And yeah. But has anyone, hope everyone's been enjoying the weather. I could feel the heat this moment of time. I've definitely been out in the sun. Like God, past a couple of days at least at 4, hey. Oh, honestly, you can feel just really makes you feel very loud, definitely. But yeah, says guys, I will drop of course the link down in the live chat for you to join in, definitely. So, which is what I'll do now, me as well. Sharky. Oh, first Jonathan says, it's humid. Very humid. Hey, it's been. I haven't been far like with it. I've probably had a trip like possibly down to Tesco's just to get a couple of things, just to treat myself to a bit now and then. And my God, it's walking down in the heat. Yeah. Tune on me TV. Thanks very much, my friend. Let's hope you hit 700 soon. It's been a hot day. My back on. Yeah, hopefully I will soon. And it definitely has been. You've been sitting out in it. Liam NUSC feels like I'm Croatia or something. I was supposed to be going there around June, July, but can't for obvious reasons. Yeah, it's totally understandable. Sorry about your flight. You're getting cancelled, definitely. But yeah, just hopefully things will get back to normal soon if it starts to improve. Beetle Greg, we're doing a little better than Sunderland, but no thanks to Ashley. Definitely. Well, Sunderland 2 relegations definitely says it all so far, doesn't it? Andrew, and you say this is a very interesting one, definitely. What will be your top 3 Mike Ashley /errors decision in the last 13 years. That's a very good one. One of them I'm definitely going to say was the stadium name change. My God. Who changes St James's Park to Sports Direct at St James's Park when we're in the Championship in the 2009-10 season? And then a couple of years later, he will get called now we'll get called the Sports Direct Arena. Absolutely criminal. Even our Wonga came in, who are a very not a great sponsorship anyway, said we'll only sponsor you, apparently, if you change it back to St James's Park. So, well, imagine if Wonga was not our sponsor. I think we probably would have still been called the Sports Direct Arena at this moment of time. But, my God. But the other two's a very tough one. You could definitely say about managers being fobbed off, definitely selling better players and not replacing them any better. But I'm going to say another one is the Kevin Keegan one as well. The way the went behind his back buying players in, selling James Milner at the time. He said, "Can you not sell him till I get someone else in?" And they said, "Sorry, but he's going." Yeah, that's definitely another one. And Rafa Benitez not offering Benitez a suitable contract. Definitely not. And the way he left, and fans were absolutely devastated. So yeah, I think those are actually going to be my three: the stadium name change, Keegan going, making him resign, and Rafa going as well. David Waller, Harry Kane. I heard that was mentioned, but I don't fucking see that happening. Yeah, Andy Smith just seen this. What do you think of Erling Braut Haaland? We just bid 78 million. Looks a good player. Again, is that really true? We've actually bid it 78 million for him. I haven't seen that. Oh, it looks like Shawty's ready to come in, but I'll just read this last comment. Liam's just said before get him in. He says we won't get Harry Kane. I just can't. Definitely not. Well, we'll get Shawty in the stream now. So here he comes. How you doing, man?
Good evening, Peter. You good?
Oh yeah, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've just done a quiz there with Lee Charles TV. Just thought I'd plug that channel, but got 35 out of 91, which is not bad for me.
Oh, 91 questions. That's wow. Was that, or was there like questions with like maybe a few points or something like that?
Yeah, there was a couple of rounds where you had to like get maybe eight out with so many right, but no, it was interesting. It was an interesting quiz.
Yeah. Andy Smith says yes. Apparently, we have bid 78 million for Erling Braut Haaland. Oh well.
Well, that's irrelevant if we don't know if we're getting this takeover or not. Hearing the report tonight, apparently they're still haggling over this TV piracy, so they're saying it could be off, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see because, listen, we don't even know what's going on with this takeover. I mean, who's telling the truth and who's telling lies.
Well, this thing that I see before was from The Guardian. That's the only thing that's reported on. But Liam in the comment, he came out and said, I'll bring that back up, actually. And he said what The Guardian reported was apparently reported 2 weeks ago. But
yeah, but the thing is, we don't know if it's true or false. Like, we just don't know what journalist is respected. People can talk about respected journalists, but who's telling the truth and who's telling lies? Because if this takeover doesn't go through, then I'm sorry, but each and every journalist has lied. Because a lot of them have claimed that they're quite confident. And if this doesn't go through, for all of the hype that everybody's been generating for the past, month and a bit, if this doesn't go through, then I think everybody's pretty much got egg on their face, including me, who's, reported on it.
Well, I didn't misread a comment before some others I read out. Beetle Grey, how about appointing the legend Dennis Wise as misdirector of football? That was another one. Oh, Dennis Wise. When was that? Back in January
2008. Yeah, I think that was just because obviously he's a Cockney. He's obviously more legend at Chelsea. Had that connection with Ashley, of course. Never really had that sort of love for like Newcastle, did he? I mean, he never really played for the club, so of course the fans would never take to him. I mean, he's just.
Hi. Liam Hunter says hello, Peter, and hello, Sharky. I hope you're doing well, Liam.
Hi, Liam. Hope you're well.
Liam and USC, they just write anything just to fill papers, like Pete from Green Street said. It's just these journalists like to do it just for clicks, definitely.
But that's the thing, we don't know who's telling the truth and who's lying.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because we've been talking about this takeover for the past, maybe 6-7 weeks now, and everybody's saying, "Oh, it's going to be this week, it's going to be next week." I said from the very start, I'll give it until the end of this month, which is basically the end of this week. And if I hear nothing by the 1st of June, I'm just going to get to the point now where it's Ashley. For me, I can't go on anymore in hope, because if we start this new season, sorry, I say new season, if we start the rest of this season behind closed doors and it's still the same, what's changed?
Aye, that's the thing, definitely. So going back to what else Ashley's done at his club, a lot of bad appointments. I know I pointed three. One of the three top ones he's done was the stadium name change. Kevin Keegan forced to resign, and Rafa Benitez not getting tied down with a decent new contract.
Joking here twice.
Yeah, aye.
I mean, what's the other one as well? Wonga for a start, and they were talking about how they got the name changed through Wonga. I mean, a payday lender. I mean, come on, sports director's pretty much Newcastle United's official club shop. 9 Bar got changed, obviously. Sorry, Shearer's got changed at 9 Bar. Do beg your pardon. Players getting sold by managers' backs, for profit. Just 2 relegations. I could go on, mate. I've done a full video on it, but I could go longer if I really want to.
Do Waller reports buyers react to piracy story.
That's just what's come out in the last half an hour or so.
Lehman USA. People would say Southampton's takeover took 2 months to be completed.
Yeah, but different type of situation though with Southampton. Though, like Southampton are not really a big club. They're not really a club that's really going to their history's never really at the top, whereas Newcastle's was, and we've had an owner who didn't really share the same ambition as the fans. Southampton's story. I mean, the thing is, every club has different ways of getting a take on how they go about doing things.
Liam Hunter, people on Instagram have been saying it's going to happen on 1st of June again. It gets announced when it gets announced.
I've said, I didn't say the 1st of June. I said at the end of the month. Now, obviously, it'll pretty much be by Monday. If I hear nothing by Monday, I'm going to get to the point now where I'm just going to accept for what we have. And I don't like to. I don't want to. I know his time's done, but I'll keep saying it, and I'll say it again. Who do you believe? Who's telling the truth?
Joe Black will bring Lauren Robert back. Oh, I liked Robert when he was at the club. He had a crack left foot on him.
It's sad to say, but even some of the old players are a lot better than what we've got now, and that says a lot. No, I don't want to say that to be horrible. I just look at our current squad and I think we've borrowed maybe 4 or 5 of them. The old players are a lot better than what a lot of the older players are better than we'll have now. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like
just the amount of drops we've got on our squad. Honestly, I'll just say it as it is.
Oh yeah, there you go. But,
so when you watch that game, catchphrase, say what you see.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. See what you
say on the pitch.
Oh, but if Robert was still still a young lad, I think Graham Souness shouldn't have got rid of him. But he didn't rate him that much, Robert. But I definitely rated Robert in Newcastle.
I thought he was a good player in his day. I thought he scored some really good, vital goals for the club. To be fair, but every manager's to their own. They all have their own formations, how they want to play and stuff. So. No, some managers make good decisions, some managers make bad decisions. It's you live and die by your decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. I used to go back to Mike Ashley's time at owning this football club. Again,
what can you say? I mean, the fact we couldn't even compete in the FA Cup until this season, I mean, that says it all.
Yeah, Liam Hunter, you don't know what to believe with the takeover. Yeah, that's the thing. Lehman, you say if this takeover doesn't happen, we will get relegated next season, and the only way we'll get takeover if we end up like Birmingham, Reading, and QPR or worse, Sunderland.
I don't think we'll get relegated. I think we've definitely got enough in the side to maybe just stay above the line. I've said 17th place, but I think we've got enough about where to stay up. But I wouldn't suggest that we're going to be finishing top 10. I mean, if we do finish anywhere higher than 10th, I would say that's a freak season. Not being harsh, but for what you've got is your ownership. But I think with the players we've got, I think we've just got enough to survive. We should be doing a lot better, but I think we've definitely got enough there. Obviously, don't get us wrong. The players, some of the big names like ASM won't stick around for forever, but we'll probably just do enough to survive.
Yeah. Beetle Greg 07, catchphrase, great show. Yeah, particularly the right
Du-
walk.
du- 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 du. Sorry.
David Waller, Guillem Balag, or Mauricio Pochettino.
Oh, Colin Ballage. He's a journalist, isn't he?
Yeah.
He reports on like all these different managers. I know Pochettino had he was on Sky Sports and he was talking about how he didn't want to go to another country. He wanted to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But I've got it. Do you know what it is? I've just got that gut feeling he's going to go to Man United. I do. I reckon next season he could be Man United's manager next season. I do.
The wonder it is. Well,
that's why I say Rafa. Because I don't know. I just don't see it.
Yeah, Lehman UFC, we struggled against 2 League One teams and a reserve West Brom team. Exactly why I'm not proud of this FA Cup run.
Yeah, but we're in it though. Like, don't get us wrong. It was embarrassing. Don't get us wrong, but we're still in it.
Yeah,
it's how you know what you've got to be in it to win it. Yeah, we might struggle then, but imagine if Newcastle got through the harder obstacles like Manchester City, then the semis, and then actually won the thing.
Yeah,
you don't remember like how you got it to the finals. You remember winning it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Do you really think Wigan Athletic really cared when they beat Manchester City? No, they cared about winning it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but 2 of the games definitely shouldn't have went to replays. Definitely not. Should have got the job done.
I think. Don't get us wrong, but you wouldn't be a Newcastle fan without realising that's what we do. We make things difficult for ourselves. Not just in FA Cups, League Cups, Premier League games against clubs who have just been promoted or they're down at the bottom will massively struggle. That is the Newcastle way of doing things.
Yeah, Lehman UFC and Rochdale fighting relegation.
They're about 19th, I think they're still.
Yeah. I mean, the second half of that game against Rochdale.
Well, I told you there and then. I said if we didn't on the way to the Gateshead game, I said if we don't start booking up our ideas, if we don't take our chances and get that second goal, Rochdale will have a chance. And what happens? I literally got to the stadium and I think one of you broke out the scoreline to us, and I thought, yeah, take the mic.
The Highbury gamer, howdy guys, Newcastle in the Champions League, great club. You guys are good. I would like to see Newcastle back in the Champions League again one time. Yeah, all good.
Fancy going to the Juventus game tonight? I wouldn't be saying that, in the next 5 years. Not, do you fancy go to the Burton game in the Championship at quarter kickoff?
See, the Bundesliga was playing the night while Dortmund and Bayern Munich.
It was 1-0 last time I checked it by Munich.
For the final score, because
I don't know if they won it. Was half time.
I seen the goal by Kimmich. I was great.
So that basically tells me at the start of play it was 4 points to Bayern Munich. So that now 7 points. I would say now that's Borussia Dortmund, not Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Munich winning the league now. I'd say 7 points. I think now, it's too much.
Lehman, I think Mike Ashley shouldn't have bought the club in the first place. And we could have been in the Champions League near the top, lifting trophies, better facilities, better toilets, etc. I don't think
it's difficult to say that though, because when John Hall sold the club to Mike Ashley, all owners can say what they need to say about they've got money and stuff behind them. But maybe he just wanted to shift Newcastle on to Mike Ashley, hoping that we were going to do something. But do you know what it is? What's not to say that if we're sold to a different owner, that we might not be in the same position?
Yeah.
No owner's guarantee.
Did anyone hear of Mike Ashley before he bought the club as well?
Sorry?
I wonder if anyone heard of Mike Ashley before he bought Newcastle at the time.
No, I didn't, to be fair. No. But I know I stopped going to Sports Direct the minute Kevin Keegan got sacked.
David Waller, deals will be done the 67 billion spending spree. I heard something about
it. No, it was in the papers that were talking about if Newcastle get a takeover this summer, we're going to have 67 million to spend. No, we'll have more than that. More than that. That's pennies. More than that.
Yeah, Andy Smith, it's definitely going to be sold. It just takes time. There's a lockdown. Yeah, I can say because they're considering it looks like they're trying to get the other Premier League current season back up and running again. So again,
well, I said that a few weeks back. I said with the coronavirus going round, it's a case of they don't want fans mass gathering going to the stadium unnecessary if the takeover goes through.
That's the thing.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. If they told me the night Newcastle was sold, I'm sorry to say, but I would go. I know it sounds horrible to say, but I would.
Type in Newcastle United takeover from Andy Smith in Google Translate, then change it to Arabic, then copy it, then paste it into YouTube search bar. There are hundreds of videos about the takeover in Arabic.
But it's all irrelevant though until we know it's in black and white.
That sounds interesting, to be fair.
No, but the thing is, people can talk about it, like, we can search whatever, but until it's done, until it's in black and white, then it's irrelevant.
Lucas 70. Does Jermaine Defoe still play for Portsmouth? We should buy him. Be a good price. He's Rangers now.
Rangers.
He's late 30s and
he's on loan. He's at Bournemouth. He's technically at Bournemouth for it, I think.
Yeah. Joe Black or Pylacus get a bit of experience in the squad, I think. I did like Jermaine Defoe, but there will be a time he'll probably call it very soon. I mean, like, how old is he?
He scored an unforgettable goal against us, didn't he? Oh, don't even remind us.
Liam NUFC Defoe's at Rangers, yeah. Lewis Bourne, hello lads. He said, all right, how you doing?
Lewis.
So, but Mike Ashley's time's definitely up at this football club now. I just don't know how he can just continue it running still.
It was up years ago. I mean, what's he done? Yeah. Like, what's he actually done to improve the club? Like, apart from keep the club, stable in terms of, the money side of things, and we've got a little bit to spend, but in terms of any sort of ambition, we've got nothing. Like, there's just nothing to look forward to. Like, you go to a match and it's just like, yep, we might just beat Manchester United 1-0, or we might go and just beat Chelsea 1-0. But you know what? These big sort of results against like Chelsea and that, right? They're like 1-0 wins and stuff. They could be a lot better with better players, like with better investment. It's like, yes, you celebrate all these good wins. We went to Old Trafford back in the day and beat Man United 1-0. We're combining that. But like, the way I look at that, and I'm just thinking, yeah, they're good results and that, but they only mean something if you actually win trophies and you actually you actually want to compete regularly. Like, the club in Newcastle's stature, I think it's hard to really celebrate when you're like mid-table, when you should be doing better. You can go and beat Man United 1-0, when Man United are like top 6 and we're like mid-table. So it's like, it means a lot though when you're actually in the top 6 with them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Lehman, you were saying I would have took Defoe when he was at Sunderland. I think probably a majority of people would. He was.
No, I wanted before he went to Sunderland. I wanted Darren Bent before he went to Sunderland, but didn't get him. No, I did. I thought he was a goal scorer.
Oh, yeah, he was. Definitely. How far into the takeover we are now? To be honest, no idea at this moment of time. So that's
nobody knows what's true and what's false. Unfortunately,
I just read that it could be published on 16th of June again. Wait and see. Just wait and see. It could be anything. Really. People are not going to talk about it if it's not going to be sold. Yeah, that is true.
Well, why do you think I've stopped doing a lot of YouTube videos on it until I actually know some full facts? Like, what's the point? Like, I'm just repeating the same thing over and over and over again. I just don't know how certain YouTubers can keep doing videos on the takeover, because I'm getting to the point now where I'm running out of ideas.
Yeah. Liam and UFC, these wins against teams like Chelsea and Man United was just pay them over the cracks. Take that point, we would be in the bottom 3. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the thing under Mike Ashley era. It's been a Newcastle thing since I've been alive. Like, we struggle against the worst off clubs, even in the FA Cup, but we do well against the ones who were probably not expected to get a result against. Like, for example, Man City last season, we beat them 2-1, but we fell behind after 24 seconds, but we beat them. But an average club who are in the bottom 3, or someone who's 15th or 16th or something, we struggle. How can we play so well against the top 6 side, but when we play somebody worse off, how do we crumble? I don't get it.
Yeah, Dale Waller, Pochettino will target signing of Harry Kane.
Not getting Harry Kane. Not getting him. Harry Kane won't move to Newcastle.
Dan Graham.
Oh, Dan. Hope you're well, mate.
He has actually been on the channel before. If we had all Joe Linton, Cisco, and Riviere, which one would you start, bench, and sell? Fuck. God.
In this moment in time, I would sell Joe Linton, right? I would bench Cisco, and I'd start Riviere. At least he got to go. Yeah. Well, the thing is, at this moment in time, for one, Riviere, yes, was a striker, and yes, he was pretty piss poor. Don't get us wrong. And yes, he scored, was it 1 goal or whatever he scored? But the thing is, right, he's actually technically a striker, whereas Joe Linton's a left winger. I don't think when you watch Joe Linton's play, right, when we go on the counter attack, how often do you find him in the box? Not very often. You see him at like the halfway line, or you see Maximin or Almiron burst the gut. Where's my strikers? There's no one to be seen. Like, it's a case of, for Joe Linton, he needs to be better played in a formation that's going to suit him with a striker that can work off him. So, say for example, Joe Linton gets the ball, he takes it to the byline, as a winger should. He's not the paciest, don't get us wrong, but as a winger, he needs that striker who's going to poach and going to put one in the back of the net. So, say for example, my ideal striker for me would be like a Demba Ba back in the day, or you could talk about maybe an Andy Carroll who makes a presence if he's fit. You need somebody like a Haaland, just somebody who can finish.
Yeah. Liam Hunter, it was painful watching the Norwich City game. Wished I stayed in the house. So the home or the away game. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Liam NUFC under McLaren, we beat Liverpool, but lose against weaker teams like Bournemouth. Oh God, that Bournemouth defeat was.
That's what really I don't understand, because I was at both games. Like, we beat Tottenham and we beat Liverpool like back to back. But like, we really struggled against Bournemouth. But I think the players kind of knew his time was up. Like, his formation was just absolutely dog crap. Like, thing is, against Bournemouth, I was at that game as well. And when I seen that team sheet, and I seen Revier up front, I thought, oh my God, we're getting beat. No, I did. When I seen Revier in the team, I thought, what? Stephen Taylor put in the own goal as well. That pretty much summed up McLaren. It really did.
Hello, Pierre. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, mate.
Lewis Bull, who would you take as manager? My dream manager is Klopp.
My dream manager would be Simeone from Atletico Madrid. His passion just rings through the club. I'd love that.
When you see Riviere scored one goal against QPR, he was already relegated.
That was him. Yeah, but QPR were difficult to score past, so Jesus Christ.
We still lost that game too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, that's when we will lose to average clubs like QPR.
Okay, game in 4-3-2. Hi, hope you're keeping well. Andrew and UFC, the season we finished fifth, Graham Cole was a huge factor in the players we signed over those 2-3 years. But yeah, then he started to buy players who just weren't really good enough.
Do you know what it is? I thought he wasn't an awful scout. The only reason why Graham Carr got like so much stick towards the end was because we sold so many for better players, and you can only scout so many good players. Yes, they're not all going to come up, but the majority of them, I thought he actually signed some very good players. Like Cisse, Demba Ba, Cabaye, Ben Arthur. Yeah. You know what I mean? I could go through the list, and to be fair, that squad that we had under Alan Pardew was a class, probably one of the best squads I've seen. Since the Entertainers.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
He's like hands down.
Liam Hunter the home game against Norwich, boring 0-0. Playing five.
The away one was bad.
Playing five at the back says it all, really. Lewis Bourne, who would you say is the best player in the Mike Ashley era? I'm going to say Demba Ba. He was absolutely good.
He was the most gifted.
Jonathan Young, Graham Cole basically got us fifth, because
he did. Well, I give it a lot of credit to Alan Pardew. I don't think he gets a lot of credit, because at the end of the day, he's a manager. He's got to put that side together. And when the players cross that white line, he chooses that team. He puts that squad together, and they've got to get the results. And to be fair, we actually played some very good football. But to be fair, even when he got the job before that season, he got us quite comfortable. You know what I mean? I think he doesn't get a lot of credit. Like, yeah, okay, like it fell apart towards the end. But like, I don't think Pardew actually gets enough credit. I don't think he's one of our worst. I don't think he was in the end though. Right, when he walks out the club, I think he walked out at the right time, and I don't blame him. When he went to Palace, I generally didn't blame him. I didn't have any like. I know True Geordie done like a song on him saying, "Oh, this, whatever," right? And we lost to Sunderland. I get that, but the thing is, we were an absolute state. We were ready to go down, and we went down 2 years later. The thing is, Pardew left us in a better position. Then who came in? John Carver. Yeah, all you had to do was win a couple of games, and he couldn't do that. It took him to the last game against West Ham.
One against
Mike Ashley's poor recruitment. Mike Ashley's poor recruitment. How can you go from Alan Pardew, who he left Newcastle in a good area of the table? He went to Palace, his hometown club, fair enough. But then we'll go from that to John Carver. Yeah, fair enough. He was Sir Bobby Robson's right hand man, but he was never that experienced to have the job. Yeah, he had a couple of jobs in MLS, but like you're telling me, for a club that had just finished fifth, maybe a few seasons before, we couldn't go and attract a manager. I'm sorry. Like, how can you go from Pardew to like John Carver for the rest of the season for when he left to go to Palace? Like how does that even happen? You got plenty of time. You got plenty of time to get a manager in. Oh, actually, and then what did they do? The summer after they went and got McLaren. Right, okay, McLaren might be. I think he might have been at Derby or QPR then. I can't remember where he was then. But you're telling me all of this McLaren thing could have been avoided. It could have been if we got a manager in, right? When Alan Pardew left, we might not. I'm not to say it, but we might not have been relegated. We might have had a fighting chance. Mike Ashley again.
When I was nearly falling asleep during it, was so bored. I was on about the Norwich game, the 0-0.
I'm getting a lot of YouTube messages coming through. Apparently, the deal could be off. Apparently, they've been found guilty, I think, of illegal streaming. That's alleged, but apparently they've been found guilty. Apparently, it's alleged, by the way. We don't know if it's true.
Joe Black, I'll question that, Lewis. You can't deny Matt Ritchie's efforts every match. Yes, I like Matt Ritchie.
Be best player at the club. For me, he's honest. He's passionate. He loves the club. You know, when he kicks the corner, for don't get us wrong, I can't do it because he might catch somebody's eye, but he loves the club. He wants to give his all, and that's why he signed in new deal.
Yeah. Ben Arthur, most gifted in the Ashley era.
I said that most. I was going to say that. Yeah, Ben Arthur. See, Maximin is probably now the new Ben Arthur, but how long does he stay though? I mean, can he do a bit more than what Ben Arthur done? Can he start scoring regular goals? He did it against Southampton. But can he score some? Maybe can he use his pace to his advantage? Can he put one in?
What team is better, the 08-09 team or our current team? This is our 15/16 team is better than our current team.
They're both different sides. I thought they were both capable enough at least finishing top 10, but they're just massively underachieved. But again, you look at the hierarchy at the top and you look at the managers that were there at the time. I mean, let's just talk about the 08-09 season. When you go from, Kevin Keegan, who for me is probably one of the best managers in the Premier League, to somebody like Joe Kinnear, who the fuck's he? And then he has a heart attack, and then Chris Hughton gets it, bless him. He didn't really have much experience, and then all of a sudden Shearer's given it just because he has a bit of love for the club, and that all messes up because he doesn't have the experience, and then we'll get relegated. And then the one in 15-16 McLaren, listen, his career was done the minute he didn't get England to the Euros. And how can you spend 80 million quid and be worse off than anybody? And how is it? Could we be the only club that did beat Aston Villa that season that they went down? Sorry,
Yeah. Dan Graham again. Andy Carroll clearly won't stay beyond his contract. If I was the lad, I'd go across the Tyne and play for Gateshead to regain full confidence and fitness.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think Andy Carroll, I said it to you all season, he's pacey players, and so I can't see him sticking around. But Gateshead, I mean, have they got the money if it's pacey play? In a sense, I can't say it, but then you never know. I mean, it depends on how much Gateshead are willing to pay.
Lewis Bourne, what was your favourite home game? I like Newcastle versus Man United 3-3. What about you two?
Is it the McLaren season, or is it because I know that was of McLaren season, or is it just in general?
I'm guessing it could be in general. I'm guessing could be.
I'm gonna say 5-1 against Sunderland. Completely battered them. They didn't know what was happening. Could have been more. Could have been 7, 8, 9, 10. Titus Bramble got sent off.
JFHC.
Have a guess who was manager of Sunderland back then?
Bruce.
Oh my!
I don't understand what that means. Liam NUFC McLaren was fighting at Derby for playoffs. Yeah, and guess what? He still didn't get the promoted. He's still.
That's what I'm saying. He's been at QPR. He's been at Derby, and even Derby have had some very good sides. I would say in the last 6, 7, 8 years, and they've still not found themselves back in the Premier League since getting relegated when they only picked up, was it 11 points? It was a Premier League low. And somehow Derby, that's the only club they beat.
Jonathan Young Carver was cheap. That's why Ashley appointed him. We owed Pardew millions and millions in compensation.
The thing is, we were daft enough to give him an 8-year contract.
Yeah. You don't give 4 years, okay.
Unless he wins a trophy. Unless he wins a big trophy like Europa League or a Champions League. But he got with 5th. But that's not worthy of an 8-year contract though.
Sorry again, I don't understand that. Could you don't mind putting it in English, because No offense, but
I
yeah.
get a lot of that as well.
Yeah, Dan Graham, well, Richie did catch some of these balls, which with the flag.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. The FIFA season is probably better than this one. You on about my streams I do, the FIFA. Apart from a couple of games like Chelsea, Man United, West Ham, Man City. Laka 17, I think we should sign Nuke Balls. Is that how you pronounce it?
No.
Name Hunter City. Says, would you trust Steve Bruce with 200 million in his hands? He's the one who bought Joe Linton. He will go down as one of our worst. Number 9.
There's an argument though there with Steve Bruce wanting Joe Linton though, because that wasn't that for me. I don't think that was Steve Bruce. No, I genuinely think Rafa Benitez didn't want him. Okay, obviously there was a few discussions there, and Rafa wasn't happy, so he left. He wasn't happy with the contract extension. I reckon that was from like a Lee Charney point of view to try and prove that they could spend big money, because we'd obviously criticised them. They got Almiron, he broke the record, and then obviously they got Joe Linton in. But if Rafa didn't want him, he believed that £40 million could have been spread across the squad, and I do believe in that. Like, why spend £40 million and take that risk on somebody when they're not proven? Like, he hasn't scored more than double figures like anywhere he's been. And the thing is, with Steve Bruce, did Steve Bruce really want Joe Linton? I don't think he was. I think because Bruce was the cheaper option, he didn't have much say. He's now the head coach, so he's not the manager like Benitez was. He doesn't have a say to make actually who comes into the football club and who gets sold. So I think it was very easy for us to sign Joe Linton, if you get what I mean. It was very easy to sell Perez. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not the manager, you don't have a say. You're a head coach. You've got to work with those players. But I don't think it was Steve Bruce. But you say, would I trust him with a 200 million quid? Actually, I'll be honest, I would. The first 6 months, yeah, you've got to do tried and tested. You have to. Like, you know what? People say give him the last 9 games. Yeah, fair enough. And people will say, well, give it to another manager. But if he does all right, let's say he doesn't win the FA Cup, but he gets to it at Wembley, behind closed doors, and it's a semi, and we'll do okay, and we'll get beat, or even the final. You say we'll get beat in the final, whatever, right? Maybe give him 6 months. Give him a chance. Like, you could say, well, he's not really done anywhere. His CV doesn't really match up. Yeah, it doesn't. But like, this is his hometown club. Yeah. Give him a chance. Give him. You know what? I'll give him the first 6 months. Like, let him have that summer window and see where he goes. He seems to have got the best out of the likes of Almiron, Alan St. Maximin. They seem to like to play. They like to play for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis Bourne, I agree. Richie does try really hard, but I love Shelby when he's at his best. Oh yes, that's
well. What does that say about Bruce if Shelby and Richie are signing contracts extensions?
Ryan Sweeney, more news about Saudi streaming rights. They have been found guilty from the biggest powers to be in terms of piracy. Hopefully not stop Takeover, but it's a regulation that is not allowed.
Yeah, it's not. If you get caught with that, then I don't know. Like with a Takeover, I've always said I've been 50-50 skeptical. Obviously, it's nice to get excited, but listen, if this Takeover doesn't go through, I've said from day one, don't be shocked. But at the end of the day, going back the side, going back the club. Like, in terms of the players, they need your support. Going back the manager, it's not their fault.
Liam, you were saying Steve Bruce was the manager, Sunderland, when we beat them 5-1.
The thing is, I think we've learned to accept that now, though, because look at all the ex-Sunderland players that we've been bringing in.
Bruce didn't buy Joe Linton. The club scouted him, but waited to hire to sign him.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with Lawrence. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Bruce didn't have a say on these players. I don't think Bruce had a say on a lot of these players, to be honest with you. To us, I don't think Bruce has a say in these players. A bit like Pardew, they're all head coaches. If you're a head coach, you don't have a say. Like, if you're a manager, like Benitez was, you have a say. It's easy. But when you're a head coach, if you're like Mike Ashley, if you're the owner, you make the decisions. Obviously, you've got Lee Charney in the background trying to advise him. I mean, I wouldn't trust that Toad if I could fly him. But there we go.
Geordie, hello lads. Rafa, Keegan and Houghton are the only managers we've had under Ashley that aren't championship quality, yeah.
Well, Rafa obviously is one thing. Keegan, he was a great player back in the day. He was unlucky in the 90s. But in terms of was it Chrissy Houghton? I think we made him into the manager that yesterday. Like, look where he's been. He left Newcastle, went to Birmingham, Norwich, Brighton. So we made him into a good manager in a sense.
Yeah. Liam, NUFC, us finishing 5th was like Burnley finishing 7th, as neither team looked like getting into Europe since then.
Well, I wouldn't know. Like Burnley, I think they were surprised when they got 7th because they're not really a big club. They obviously didn't get into the group stage, so their campaign pretty much ended early. But in terms of us getting 5th, like, yeah, you could say it was a one-off, but like going like quite far in the Europa League, I think that was realistic.
Aye. How long do you think from Lewis Bourne it will take Sonny to get back to the Premier League?
Long
Mr.
time.
Derby's not
a
for a long
time.
Stuart Dawes not the owner taking forward. Absolutely.
I would say probably the next 7-8 years.
Steve Bruce bet big at Villa and he did awful, so no way I would trust Bruce for 200 million. Fair point. Yeah, don't think anyone.
But why not though? Like, why not give him a chance? Like, I know it's easy for people to say not, but that's like, you could say that with Pochettino. Like, yeah, fair enough. He got Tottenham to the Champions League final. You could say it's a one-off, but the thing is, he hasn't won anything. He hasn't been given money to spend. Like, he hasn't been given big money to spend. He's worked with big players, but he hasn't had money.
Bruce never got slow Linton, but he'd be one of our worst 100%. He's inept.
But I don't. That's to say, Bruce didn't sign him. I stand by that. Any player that we've signed, Bruce didn't sign them. He doesn't have a say.
Dan Graham, like Keegan in 08-09, he only wanted Danny Godfrey, if I'm correct. Then the board screwed him big time. Did he not get a Jonas Gutierrez as well, Keegan, in that season? As well, I think he did.
No, I can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, and that's when it all
Colaccini came in as well, didn't he?
Colaccini was another one, yes.
I thought Colaccini was crap. No, I didn't rate Colaccini. No, I didn't. Yeah, fair enough. You had a good time around like Pardew era, but in general, I thought he was good for AC Milan, but I never thought he was a good player for us. I didn't rate him. I'm glad when he left. The thing is, we got relegated twice with Colaccini, so he should have learned from the first one. He didn't.
Liam NUFC, Bruce is a yes man. Man, I'm saying he's happy with our transfers. Proves that.
Yeah, well, we know he's a yes man like Pardew, but he's got to accept for what he's got. Like he's a head coach. Like what they can't exactly say, "Oh, I'm not happy," because they'll be out the door.
You have to think. Joe Linton has been piping off Ashley. You know, my uncle told us, and he works there. Why else would he be in the squad? Wake up, people! Hi.
Didn't rate him personally. Well, I wouldn't say well. Obviously, I want to give him a chance. I've said give him till January, but he needs to be played in a left wing position. We need a strike. We need strikers and fast. We haven't got. And by the way, Joe Linton's not a number 9.
Yeah, well, in Newcastle United Takeover news, doubts reported over Takeover WT piracy ruling. There's been some reports on that.
That's what I was telling you about, Peter. I've said it for the past hour or so. It's been the breaking news. Well, it's not been breaking on like Sky Sports and all like that, but it's been. To be honest with you, I think that's been the stumbling block for a while.
Yeah.
Not the human rights. I don't think it's the human rights. I think it's definitely the piracy. Like that's been in the pipeline for a good, I'd say 2-3 weeks now.
The thing is, do you not still have to investigate Sheffield United if they've still got the owners from the
different? The thing is with Sheffield United, though, in a sense, when you look at them, they might have like a different type of business. Like they might not be like people could talk about like streaming and stuff, but like that might be used for these potential new owners. It's alleged. Obviously, I can't say that they're guilty of anything. But in terms of Sheffield United, though, they must be okay because if they've been given the clear and they've been owner of Sheffield United for a while now, Sheffield are fine by the looks of it. I mean, there can't be any wrong if they've passed the tests. Do you know what I mean? Like Mike Ashley passed, obviously in 2007. Obviously, I don't know how he passed, but what I'm saying is there must be something must be right if these owners are passing. So they must have some financial clout behind them. In terms of Sheffield United, I don't know. I think it's difficult to really single them out as a club because of Saudi. Just because we potentially don't get our takeover doesn't mean that them owners are in the wrong. Sheffield United might be clean as a club. They might be clean. Just because of Saudi doesn't mean that they've got the same business. They might have a different business compared to, I mean, they might not be as wealthy as Prince Mohammed bin Salman, but those owners of Sheffield United, they might have their own business, but they might be wealthy enough to sustain that Premier League club to regular Premier League.
Ryan Sweeney, I wouldn't give Bruce 5 more minutes. I know a lot of some people won't because.
Well, unfortunately, if this takeover doesn't go through, we're going to have to.
Yeah. NUFC top names wouldn't want to work with Bruce. Well, some don't.
ESM's a top player.
ESM is, Almiron is.
Yeah, they're all top. They seem to like Bruce. To be fair, Richie wants to stay. Shelby's, I'd say they're top players. I would say they want to stay. They want to play for him.
Jonathan Young, we will not beat Man City. Is that in the FA Cup quarter final?
I think we've got a chance. I think we've got a chance.
I mean,
back with them.
Playing them away, so definitely not.
Oh yeah, the Etihad, but it's St James's Park. I back against anybody. I do.
What player do you miss the most who sold in the Ashley era? I miss Wijnaldum for me, Demba Ba.
Demba Ba straight. Wijnaldum for me, I think he just wanted the glory. Like he just wanted to be I think he used Newcastle United as a stepping stone. And obviously, yeah, Liverpool bought him, but you didn't have to go. But you could understand why we got relegated. But in a sense, the thing is, Wijnaldum, I thought he was inconsistent. He was very good at home, but when it was away from home, he just didn't step up.
Lawrence, the article from The Guardian about the takeover being in doubt is hardly any different to what they wrote 2 weeks ago, both from the same journalist.
Yeah, but the thing is, and I'll say it again, who do you believe? Like, yeah, you might have the most respected journalist out there saying, oh, there could be a takeover going through. But I'm sorry to say, and I don't want to sound negative here, but if this takeover doesn't go through, then I think they're all lying, because they all said at some point that, oh, this takeover is going to go through, but it's a matter of when. Even if you've told, people, oh, it's a matter of when, if not, if they've all lied at the end of the day, who do you believe? You lose. I wouldn't say you lose respect for them, but they've just lied. Everyone's got egg on their face.
If you don't get Poch, then I say let's get Allegri. But I've always said I would take Rafa Benitez back all day long, and you've said the same.
Rafa, because for me, I think he's got unfinished business. I think he worked very well with the squad. He knows the city. He understood what it meant to win something. Pochettino, I've got a good feeling he'll go to Man United. But Allegri, for me, would be a great shout. But does he not want to manage a bigger club with more money? If we don't get it, you've got to think about it as well. At this moment in time, you'd like to say these in as managers, but if we don't get a takeover, like Steve, at the minute, Steve Bruce is still in the job.
Yeah, Jonathan Young, Poch's big achievements that in fact he turned Tottenham into a top 4 side. Oh, 100%, he definitely did. Well, got them to the Champions League final last year. They says it all, really.
Yeah, but I think my only thing with Pochettino is if he is given money, is he going to be the same?
It's fake news. He must have been on News Now website. It is sold. They have paid us 57 million deposit again. Do you believe that?
To take it over pitch as well, that's what I say.
Ryan Sweeney, I thought Collar was a great servant and captain for his time at the Toon.
I thought he's bang average. Bang average, that's it. I don't know. We got relegated twice. I mean, yes, I'll give him it.
Last part of his career, I think he was starting to look well finished at this particular point.
He was finished the minute we got relegated, but I got proved wrong. I think he had a good maybe 2-3 years under Pardew, but after that, the first time we got promoted, and then up until when Pardew went to Crystal Palace, so about 2-3 years, I thought he was okay. But that's because we started scoring a lot more goals with like Demba Ba and Cisse and Ben Arfa and that. But the minute all them started leaving, you could just see the dwindle of the side and the club just going way down towards the Championship, which happened, under McLaren. So, and who else was in that squad? Oh yeah, Colaccini.
Well,
wasn't the best.
He did pick up a few injuries as well. Liam NUFC, before he got Joe Linton, I wanted Danny Ings. I've heard you did. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded him. I think he can still go score.
Well, it's the didn't he? We'll beat them 2-1. Good finish, to be fair.
Andy Swift, Colaccini was not crap. I know some people have different opinions about.
That's it. I didn't rate him personally. I just call him Sideshow Bob.
Well, people say that's David Luiz.
and him, both of them. Sideshow Bob.
Ryan Sweeney, Sky Sports not showing piracy thing might be a good sign. But yet again, don't rule it out. It could still pop up, you never know. Dan Graham, if you were manager and given 100 million for one striker, who would it be?
João Felix, mate, but if you hadn't known Atletico Madrid, unfortunately, you went. So, who's out for 100 million these days? Actually, Holland. I think Holland would be a great shout for me, or Timo Werner. They're the two I'd probably look out for. But Borussia Dortmund, though, then again, I think they're asking for over 100 million because they've literally just signed him. I'd say Timo Werner is probably a bit more realistic. Trying to think who else is worth like anywhere near 90 million, who's decent. Thing is, you don't want to pay over the odds as well. See, I like the look of Phil Foden as well. I think he's definitely one for the future if you give him regular game time. I think I think he's a quality player, but how many games Is he going to play for Manchester City?
That's
What about you, Peter? Who would you sign?
It's a tough
Ball's
one.
still playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Aye, still playing. Bring him back. The second return of Demba.
Yeah. What's this? Chris Stew. Here, Lindsay, I don't know if you watch it, but you can't stop us seeing the bands. I'm sick of paying the Alamy. Just let's see us this time away. Do you mean by that? Sorry, mate, I have no idea what you're on about there. Yeah, Ryan Sweeney. ASM and Almy are not good players, but I think people mean world classes and Championship League quality.
Well, Champions League quality. Yeah, there can be. I think there can be Champions League quality players, but they need to keep proving it. Yeah, just say for example, we don't get the takeover, but if they keep progressing as players, right, and they're working hard, then for me, easily a top 6 club in the Premier League or somebody, like one of the bigger clubs like a Bayern Munich or a PSG or whatever, they'll come in for them, and you'll see them playing in the Champions League. I think they've definitely got potential.
Oh yeah. George Walters, will Bruce leave one day? Well, he'll not be at this football club forever.
He's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah. Lewis Bone, disagree. ASM would be good in the Champions League. Excellent players. Yeah, highly rated them
I've just
both.
said that.
Yeah. I'm up to.
How long is stream for, Peter, tonight?
Good question. I'm not decided yet so far. Will we get day-to-day communication from the new board? Hopefully, if this takeover does happen, we definitely need it. Because, my God, I don't know how much I can play with very little communication.
We don't get it.
Don't get it at all. Lawrence Taylor would have Colaccini over David Luiz.
Nah, I prefer David Luiz. He's actually won stuff. Yeah, he makes a few mistakes. Don't get us wrong, but David Luiz has actually won stuff.
Yeah, he has.
He's actually a more like all-rounded player as well. Like obviously, yeah, I would say that being from Benfica because that's where he officially played. But I thought he was quality. Like the first time David Luiz played for Chelsea, I thought he was a quality player. I mean, you would say a second time he was a bit all over the place, but he still won stuff at Chelsea though.
Oh yeah.
What's Colaccini won apart from the Championship?
Sorry, that's it.
I'd definitely take David Luiz.
Lewis Bone. Who would you say is the worst and best defender? I would say worst Mike Williams and the best Fabian. If we could claim him, I thought John Allen Boomsong was horrendous.
Oh, fucking Titus Bramble as well.
We paid $8 million for him from Rangers for Boomsong.
So yeah, I think we all give Williamson a little bit of stick. I know he obviously manages Gates and he's doing well for himself, but I don't think he was the worst defender. I think he wasn't the best. I think it's more because he was cheap and he was like he's come from like obviously the lower leagues like League 2 and that. I don't know where did we sign him from, Williamson? I can't remember.
Was it Portsmouth?
Was it? But anyway, they weren't very high up in the league or wherever we would sign them from. But I don't know. I think I didn't. Yeah, I probably wouldn't disagree with the ones you've mentioned though.
Boomsong I thought was awful.
Yeah, he was terrible.
I mean, he couldn't even clear the ball away. I mean, his foot would miss the ball half the time.
He reminds me of David Dunn from the Birmingham Aston Villa game when he tried to do it, but his Rabona thing he missed.
This is another thing I've seen Boomsong did is when we played Blackburn away back in 2005, and then when we won 3-0, he actually used his hand to stop the ball going past him.
That's what I'm saying. He's terrible. Crap. Get rid of them. Not good enough.
So Campbell was finished. He looks like he put on too much weight as well.
What do you make of Stephen Taylor? I thought he was bang average, to be honest with you.
He had good and bad times. I think I'll see with Taylor. Best defender. Oh, I haven't said the best defender. Been impressed with a few. I like Jonathan Woodgate when he was here.
I think he's probably one of the best ones we've had, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think, and it sounds really daft to say this, but I think he could reach his full potential as Jamal Lascelles.
Yeah, I think he definitely can.
I think if he's got a better centre back next to him. I'm not saying that the ones are awful, but sorry, Peter.
Yeah, I was just that on. If you had better set of defenders around him, that would definitely make him a better player yesterday. Lewis Bourne, then, I think we should give Bruce a chance. People overlook him. You can definitely see you give him to the end of the season.
That's at the end of the season, but if you were definitely going to give him a chance, 6 months is not going to hurt at the end of the day. You know, if he gets sacked, then he's still technically got, a year and a half left of his contract. The new owners could pay that off straight away. Plus, it's cheaper to get rid of him in January than it would be, in the summer, because it means they're actually saving money from 6 months.
Andrew NUFC, Williamson won Player of the Year in 2014.
He's doing well at Gateshead, though. I think he's doing well. I think he's doing a good job.
Liam NUFC, Tino Werner will go to Liverpool for 50 million.
But if Prince Mohammed bin Salman says, actually, we're going to offer you 80 million and 200 grand a week, he's not going to go to Liverpool, is he?
Lawrence, Werner is a lot more realistic with his 50 million release clause here.
Of course he is.
George Walters, Dembele from French League Lyon.
I'm not too keen on like a lot of those sort of strikers. Or like I'm not too sure. I wouldn't say I watch a lot of them, to be fair, but it's a huge risk when you get them from the French league.
Dan Graham, agree with Sharky. I'd love to bring in Phil Foden, great young talent. Yes,
that's what I mean. Like you're seeing what he's done for Liverpool, for Man City, especially when he made his name in the was it the Carabao Cup, and then you see him now how he's just broke into the actual side in the Premier League, and he's not getting much games because of how good their side is. But I'd love to see Phil Foden maybe come out on loan for the season. Imagine.
Yeah,
I think he's worth it. Worth a chance.
Awesome, folks. Class video, cheers, man. Lehman UFC, Timo Werner wouldn't want to work under Bruce, but he could if we got this takeover under a good manager. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's a chance.
I agree. SM and Almiron have great potential. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Patrick Minican should have kept Johan Cabaye, but the Ashley business model was to buy French players cheap and sell them on a profit. Short-sighted strategy. Thing is, with Cabaye, I think he wanted to leave.
Well, the thing is as well, like PSG were like mega rich then as well as still are. And when you've got a chance of playing in one of the best French, like when you're playing in a side like PSG, that's could potentially win a Champions League or could win or going to dominate. They're going to play Champions League football anyway, or Europa League, or they're going to win the league. Cabaye wants to be amongst the trophies. He wants to win stuff, and you don't blame him for that.
He tried to go to Arsenal beginning of the 2013-14 season as well, which did happen, and he got dropped out the game against Man City at the start, where we got absolutely battered 4-0.
He had a bit of a bad attitude towards the end, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I can't excuse that. As much as he was a great player, you can't excuse his bad attitude towards the end. I still rate him, but I couldn't decide why he wanted to leave, but I'd still honour your contract by playing. Play for the club that are paying you.
Arsenal Vogs, we linked with Coutinho. Yeah, I heard about that.
I heard Burnley were linked with Coutinho. I heard Preston North End. Every bloody club linked with Coutinho. No, they are. I heard Burnley were linked with him last night. Mental.
Andy Smith. Newcastle United versus Man City. Some game I fancy the 2-0 win. As long as we keep him for that match, then I would throw Bruce in the time. Saudi Arabia versus Dubai. I can't wait for this game. 3-1 to Newcastle.
Because obviously Saudi Arabia want a piece of the action, don't they? They want to try and win something. No, Qatar's obviously, they've got the Qatar owners, they've got Dubai, obviously.
Joe Black, enjoyed the chat, lads. Keep it up, yeah. Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate
it. Ryan Sweeney, David Luiz is a total liability. Remember the World Cup?
They got humiliated 7-1, but in terms of his club ability, I actually genuinely think he's a decent centre back. I think he's quite. He knows what he's doing. Yes, we know he's getting on a bit. He's not the same, but all players they get to a stage where they can't give 100% all of the time. But if you look back at David Luiz's career, you think, wow, like look at the trophies he's won. Like obviously made his name at Benfica, went to Chelsea. Even getting in Chelsea side, you're not guaranteed to start every game, and he got a regular starting spot, and they obviously won. Did he win the Champions League for Chelsea, or was that? Well, he won the Europa League. I know that. He's won things. That's what I'm going to say for David Luiz. He's won things. He went to PSG. He went to PSG in the moment where they were bought out. He won stuff.
Lehman UFC, we got Williamson from Portsmouth in their relegation season. I think, yeah, we did. That's right. Ryan Sweeney, Williamson, for what he was a great 7 for the club.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he did try.
don't take that away from him. I thought he always had a good attitude, but in terms of defender, he was a bit all over the place at times.
Lawrence Taylor, embarrassing that Souness spent 8 times the amount. He sold Aaron Hughes for on. Boomsong Comberly, we sold him to Juventus, even though they were relegated for match fixing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Aaron Hughes, yeah, he played for Fulham as well, didn't he? Oh yeah,
I like Aaron Hughes.
he was a good player. Well, the thing is, what we've got to realise now is we've always been a selling club since 2007. That, and even before that, even like on a fair enough. Freddie Shepherd, and John Hall. Yes, they were from my neck of the woods. Really, they bought the club, but yes, they put in a little bit of debt to try and maybe win something. But at the same time, everybody that's probably owned Newcastle United, they're business people. They want to make money. So we've always been a selling club. That's what we need to understand.
Ryan Sweeney, remember Taylor Redcourt doing the dance?
Was it against Stoke? No, he didn't get red card that game. Oh, it was Sorensen who was goalkeeper of Stoke at the time, and we had a free kick at the Gallagher, and Kabay put it in, and he was obviously messing around with the keeper, like putting his arms like I can't remember. I don't know if it was that game, but I know he didn't get a card in that one. And then when the ball went in the back of the net, he went to the goalkeeper just to have a bit more of a laugh on that. But
gives a new Taylor's been sent off and was Villa at home. I know he got sent off against Man City in 2013, in the first game of that season.
He got into a few scraps, to be fair.
2-1, yeah. I don't know, maybe there might be some other games that I probably
rarely seen him because he got injured half the time. You never really seen him. You see him for like a few games, and he went missing.
David Wallace, Takeover still a go ahead. What I'm going to say is, fingers crossed.
He played in PSG in about 3 years if it all goes through.
Lewis Bone, underrated player. I will go for a big shout, and that's Tiote. He was very hard working player. Rest in peace, Tiote. Yes, definitely. Oh, the goal against Arsenal. Oh, hey. Oh, remember, he's also had 2 goals disallowed against Man City and West Brom. That goal against Man City should have stood.
Yeah. I don't know what the linesman was thinking.
It was the other linesman. He gave it, but it was the referee. Who'd you call him?
But then there was this. But this at the end. I had a discussion with the linesman, and the linesman had then seen something different. So it was actually then the referee then went and consulted with the linesman, and then the linesman actually overturned it, and he went actually no to an offside or something. We're like, well, how? That's why I don't understand these linesmen stuff. That's why they need help.
Yeah. Thoughts on Coutinho Arsenal linked? Okay, could go anywhere at this moment of time. You never know.
Yeah, I'll just say you can have him. I'll say you can have him. It's fine.
Would you have him in Newcastle, Coutinho?
Nah, I think we could do better. If we get a takeover, I think we could do better.
Coutinho?
I think he's a bit of a... Nah, do you know what it is? I think he's a bit of a flop, personally. No, I do. No, it sounds horrible to say. I think he's a bit of a flop. Like, you went to Liverpool. Oh, I'm actually going to go to Barcelona and try and win the Champions League. Then Liverpool win the Champions League the year after once he's gone. I noticed the minute he leaves the club, they do better. Bayern Munich don't need him, by the looks of it. What does that say?
Williamson wasn't bad in 13-14, to be fair. Better than Kasapa, Bramble, and Boomsong, in my opinion. A lot of players better.
Williamson wore his heart on his sleeve when he played.
Boomsong was terrible. Kasapa and Bramble majority.
Didn't Kasapa go to Stoke?
Remember who he went to again?
Shah Stoke signed him after us. I could be wrong. Boomsong left to go to Villa or something, didn't he? I can't remember. They stuck around, but...
Lewis, what do you think about the Bale rumour? I don't know if I can see him coming. Liam talks football. Hello, Peter. Hello, Liam. Hope you're doing well. Ryan Sweeney, City wouldn't sell for him. Pep loves him.
On loan, no. I think it's possible. On loan, yeah. Like, fair enough, he's technically not our player, but like, why not? Why can't we get him on loan? It's possible. No, if he needs football, like if we say to City, right, we're going to play him regularly. We're going to get him some, first team football, make him into a better player, get him ready for when you need him. Why not? The thing is, at the end, though, Pep Guardiola can love him as much as he likes, but what happens if he says to Pep Guardiola, actually, I want to move on, play regular games?
Yeah. Brendan A. McWade. Well, the deal is dead. We're stuck with Ashley for a while longer. Shall I call Mark Cuban?
It's difficult to say, man. Until the thing is, the Premier League and the club have never said anything about the takeover. So, we can't blame anybody if this doesn't go through. It's not like Newcastle have said anything. Or even the Premier League, okay, they got asked about it. That guy didn't give anything away, but there's been no confirmation from anybody that a takeover is real. You know what I mean? Apart from the news.
I'm not 100% sure, but there are rumours that the takeover is announced in 2 days. Well, again, it's announced when it gets announced. That's all I've said for the past how many times. But Dan Graham would take Coutinho, would be great with set pieces. As I said, I would definitely take him. I would definitely give him a shot.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too keen, personally. No, I don't know. I think he's a bit of a journeyman. Like you see him, and he just like, I don't know. He just when you look at him, you just feel like he's lost his love for football. Like he's never getting much game time anywhere. I don't know. Like I think Coutinho for me would be too much of a risk. If you're going to buy somebody who's going to take the game seriously, you want somebody who's a little bit maybe up and coming.
Possibly, yeah.
No, but the thing is, have Liverpool miss Coutinho?
It's a tough one, but the
Liverpool have won the Champions League, right? And they're on to winning the Premier League. The first thing he said was, "When I go to Barcelona, I want to win the Champions League." Liverpool win the Champions League last season, and now they're on to winning the Premier League, and he's not there.
Ryan Sweeney, Burnley linked with Coutinho. Lol. Are they really? Yeah, Arsenal.
That was a joke, by the way. But I'm just saying the way people are talking, he's been linked with every club from A to Z.
Yeah, Arsenal blogs, Ryan Sweeney, Burnley or not. It
was a joke. But I'm saying he's linked with everybody. Thing is, if he wants to go to Arsenal, that's fine. Like I think if we're going to take over, we could do better, and that's no disrespect. Coutinho is a good player, but I think he's become a little bit of a journeyman. Like he's just become a bit of a flop. Where you think, can he really be asked to play? Like thing is, he's gone from Liverpool, where he could have won the Champions League. He then went to Barcelona, where he could have made a name for himself. Barcelona then got sick of him. He then went to Bayern Munich. He can't even get into Bayern Munich's side because they've got too many good players. And this is Coutinho we're talking about. And then he's going to go to somewhere like Arsenal. What makes you think he's going to go to Arsenal, hit the ground run, or any club he goes to? What makes you think he's going to be the same Coutinho that first played for Liverpool? Like, I would keep away from him personally. I don't dislike the guy. I think he seems like a decent footballer, but I think we could do better. I really do.
Lewis Ball, this is an unrealistic signing, but I would take Özil.
He wants to go to Turkey.
I don't think I would.
I don't think he'll come back to the Premier League. I think he's a good player, but I love Özil.
I thought David Luiz will make a great midfielder, fantastic free kick. Yeah, he has scored some free kicks, David Luiz. I know he definitely has.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'd take him in. Like David Luiz can do stuff that we probably can't even do in our Belize squad.
Also, did you see my comment? Yeah, I did, and continuing with Arsenal. Yeah,
you can have him.
Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely give it a chance if we don't end up getting him. Ryan Sweeney, I cannot remember, but we took the piss. Taylor acted like he got shot. Oh yes, that game against Villa when
no, I remember that.
Where he handled it on the line and he looks like he went down, but the referee said, "Nah, it's off you can, sunshine." Richie and UFC, Ari lads, I hope you keep him well, Jay. Lawrence Tate was one of the Fay lads who went to Stoke in 2008.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's one of them did. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's it.
I thought it was Kasaba. I know one of them left like us to go to Stoke because they just got promoted back then, didn't they?
Lawrence Tate. Oh, hold on, I've missed some out. Özil is a huge strain on the wage bill, lack of effort, only plays well for his country. He's on 350 grand a week at Arsenal, and
he was great at Real Madrid, but I don't know what happened to Arsenal.
Ryan Sweeney, red card against Villa. Stephen Taylor, sniper shot high. That was it. Not Andy, but the other one whose name I can't remember because it's too long. Abdullah, is that the one you're thinking of, Lawrence? Abdullah fine. So remember, Sam Allardyce got him in. No, I'm DI, so it's the same question.
We've signed some crap players.
Sean Ingles, an excellent report. My latest understanding is, though, to expect the Newcastle takeover to eventually go ahead. But blimey, I don't know what you've said. Arsenal are a mid-table team. Well,
they need to sort out their squad. That's what they need to do. I mean, they've got potential to get back in the top four, but if they don't spend, then they're not like any other club. They're not prone to like finishing mid-table. Yeah, they might be Arsenal. They are a big club. Don't get us wrong. And I appreciate what they are as a club, but look at us. We've gone from like a regular top four finish to like being relegated twice. I'm not saying Arsenal are going to go down. That's not what I'm saying. They're not like mistaken to be finishing like mid-table. Chelsea once did. Didn't Chelsea finish 10th one season?
Liam NUFC, I don't rate Ozil at all. Don't even some of the Arsenal players actually want to see him leave. Andy Smith.
He's one of Arsenal's best players, to be honest with you.
Just seen this in the Sun. Peter Beard, he's coming back to Newcastle so he can look after the kids. Really?
He's been the under-21 manager, didn't he?
Yes. Remember that till he left due to relegations of either discrimination or racism. Lawrence Taylor Coutinho would demand a start place on our side, but rather have Almiron in the centre attacking midfielder role.
I do, and it's not that saying that's why they can have.
Yes, definitely.
They can have Coutinho. I think ESM. I think he's got more potential. I do.
Yeah, right. I know Coutinho. I was laughing. Hold on. Where was it? The journey who brought the takeover bid in March has said he's confident in the takeover going ahead. Jason Bird from the Telegraph.
But how much of the Telegraph can you believe, though?
Lawrence Taylor, I don't think I'd take Ozil. Again, I'd rather have Almiron at centre attacker midfield.
More potential.
Retro NUFC, I'm going fine, lads. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Liam NUFC Stoke was in the Premier League for 10 years, wasn't they? Yes. Came up in 2008, and I relegated 2018. Yes, that is true. And our Arsenal were laughing their heads off when Stoke went down.
Why?
It was the whole Aaron Ramsey thing. Do you know when he broke his leg at
Oh yeah,
Stoke in 2010? Apparently, Stoke fans were taking the absolute piss about him, and yeah,
but then didn't Shawcross get like a very similar injury though?
I think he did.
He got in the very same season. He had to be stretched off, and people, Anyway.
Andrew NUFC, Ozil is a journeyman nowadays. He's an average player for Arsenal.
And that's what Coutinho's turned into, in my opinion. He can't get settled anyway. He's gone from Liverpool to Barcelona, where he got his big transfer. They didn't want him. He's still technically a Barca player. I think he's on loan at Bayern Munich. You can't even get. Well, I could be wrong. You can't even get a Bayern Munich's team nowadays, and he wants to move elsewhere. Look what he could have won at Liverpool if he just stuck around. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Liverpool weren't guaranteed to be as successful as they are now, but look what he's missed out on. He's missed out on a Champions League and a Premier League title.
Lawrence Taylor correctly, on about the comment about Stoke being here for 10 years. About the David Waller, he's added on, though to still expect the Newcastle takeover to eventually go ahead. But blimey, I've rarely dealt with something as complicated as I think everyone has, definitely. Liam NUFC, Chelsea did finish 10th.
Yeah, I thought so.
Definitely. If Leicester can win the Premier League, then Arsenal could be in a relegation battle. Always say anything can happen in the beautiful game. Absolutely, yes.
That's why we love football.
Yeah. Patrick Minigan, he said, I'd take Lucas Torreira from Arsenal. What do you think?
No, I'm not too keen.
I like Torreira. I think he's a decent young lad. He likes to play as a central defensive midfielder. Yeah, I think.
But the thing is, we've got Hayden, though. Hayden could do that role. Is he good? The thing is, would you put Torreira in over Hayden?
That's a thing.
I put Hayden. Well, obviously, beg to differ, but I think Hayden for me would be my number one choice. Thing is, that's where Arsenal missed out on him because he was the ex-Arsenal player.
Lewis Bourne, I'm 50-50 with this takeover. I think a lot of people are.
I've been from the start.
Ryan Sweeney, it's fair to say Liverpool have improved since Coutinho left. Yes, they've definitely added to their squad what they need to add. And look, we're on the verge of winning the Premier League title. Won the Champions League last year. There you go.
Become a bit of a journeyman. I'll say it again. He has, he could do well in somebody's club, whatever club he goes to next. But look what he's done since he's left Liverpool. Look, he hasn't really settled down, though, has he?
Yeah, Lehman, you were saying, like Troop said against Brighton, you're never too good to go down. Remember Leeds in 2004? Yes, There you go.
Remember Newcastle in 2009 and 2016.
Troops is fearing that Arsenal could have been in a massive relegation battle.
Thing is, nowadays, but the money back then with Leeds, or the money that it is now, I think it would be a lot more difficult for a top 4 club to go down.
Right, we'll get Lawrence in because he's ready to come in, so we'll get him in now.
Hey guys,
how you doing?
All right, how are you guys?
Yeah, all good, thanks, man. So Lawrence, Ashley's time at Newcastle as being an owner. So we'll know he bought the club in 2007, and look where it's gone on from there.
Yeah.
Just very.
Lawrence's favourite owner, Mike Ashley. What he can.
Can you name us the most really bad things he's done at this football club, Lawrence?
All right. Well, I was on the Black and White show on for message for the Black and White show on Saturday when they were asking like the worst 5 things that's happened. I put in 5th, sacking of Chris Hughton. In 4th, the treatment of Jonas Gutierrez. In 3rd, Keegan leaving. 2nd, Rafa leaving. And then in 1st, the stadium name change.
Right. But there's a lot of things. I thought the treatment of Gutierrez was bad as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they changed the stadium name. I thought that was an absolute sin.
Exactly.
Also, how do you go from like St James's Park? Was it to Sports Direct Arena? Then it was Sports Direct Arena at St James's Park. I'm like, what's all that about?
Exactly.
Who does stuff like that?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was saying. By the way, the club shops turned into Sports Direct.
Hiring staff there who don't know how to run football clubs, probably wrong manager signed.
Joe Kinnear twice. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Kinnear, man. Who gives Joe Kinnear a job?
Exactly.
Absolute state. Honestly, our club is an absolute state. Even right now, like
contract.
Or you got given 8 years. I mean, if you're Alex Ferguson winning like all those trophies, fair enough. But if you just got a club 5th, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Europe League. I mean, yeah, it's great, isn't it? But like finishing 5th, ain't now to write home about, is it?
I mean, on that logic, would you give Sean Dyche an 8-year contract at Burnley 2 years ago when they got 7th?
No, because Burnley. The thing is, Burnley are a sensible football club. Yeah, I know they're a bit boring to what a lot of people say, but what I like about Burnley is...
It was a rhetorical question.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you mean. But Burnley like don't have the money. I know we got some money behind one, but Mike actually doesn't like to say he's got money. Burnley are a very sensible football club. Like they don't give out silly contracts. They've got players who are very honest about the club that they play for, and that's why Burnley get the results that they do.
Agreed. Out of the 24 clubs in League One, only Sunderland feel this season should go ahead. However, the league don't want them going up.
Points per game, innit?
Yeah,
it is.
The way I look at it, and it sounds really harsh to say, but you should have been better in the season.
Exactly. Same can be said for Ipswich if say they don't come up. I mean, aren't they like mid-table? And like Ipswich, like they were pretty much this year's Sunderland.
I'm sorry to say, you would never have thought I would say this, but I think Fleetwood have got a better squad than Sunderland. Fleetwood Town. Now they have, like Fleetwood are on points per game. Oh, by the way, Peterborough United will miss out on promotion, and he's actually League One's top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Ivan Toney, ex-Mug.
Yeah.
I'm not believing the hype. Like, we shouldn't have sold him. Yeah, look at what. Guess what?
You've got to let players move on though. At the end of the day, we can't prove if they're going to become better.
He wasn't going to be good enough.
Will ever get to League Two? Possibility?
Yeah, I think so. Probably be years down the line.
No, it'll be funny though. In about 5 years' time, blasting Children of the Night. We are the children of the night. League Two against Fleetwood. Who's the clubs like Southend and that?
Yeah, Patrick. One of the worst things was bringing in Wonga. It was an insult to all people in the northeast struggling to pay bills. Shame on him. Yeah, that's what people didn't like about Wonga. Not to mention the first time when Wonga just printed on the shirts the first couple of seasons.
I think it was like first few seasons, and then it was a bit more sensible with the kit for 16-17.
That's the only one. That's probably the best Wonga kit I think they've ever brought out. But they changed they sort of like restyled the logo a little bit, but like the gold, the black and white, I think that sort of helped at the collars and that. But the thing is, that was the only event. I think obviously Wonga would no longer go into football after that, but that's the only good kit I think we've ever. But I'll say about Puma. I think all their home kits, a lot of them have been rather tacky, but their away kits have been very good. I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think. What do you think on Puma? Like, how do you rate them as like their 10 years at Newcastle? Like, I'll give you my opinion. I think their home kits, a lot of them have been very tacky. I'll be brutally honest with you, black and white kits. But their away kits, the away kits like these ones have been like black and gold one. This one, the green, they've been okay. The home ones for me been sorry.
I prefer the away kits. What I'll say about Wonga, I think when they had a bit different for the 16-17. I think, obviously, the gold, I think it was more to celebrate keeping Rafa in the championship.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we even got such a deal, to be fair.
Yeah, Ryan Sweeney, no investment in playing squad without breaking profits is my number one. Yeah.
The thing is, even Burton Albion, their supporters were surprised that Rafa Benitez was making a trip to their stadium as Newcastle manager. Burton Albion.
How many years to break my transfer record?
13 and a half.
You just have to laugh, don't you?
Yeah, Lewis, greatest player of all time. Who do people think? I would say Messi or Ronaldo. Messi.
I think he meant Ronaldinho.
Oh, yeah, Ronaldinho. Yes, I like Ronaldinho as a great player. He was
Pele,
Messi.
Pele.
Loads of things to name. Points per game, I think it's Rotherham, Coventry, and Oxford to get promoted off from League One.
There's still playoffs. I think they're still doing the playoffs. Yeah,
I could think Wickham, if they did it points per game, I think they'd jump up to third.
Yeah, they do.
And I think it's unweighted points per game.
They have to play playoffs because of giving the clubs that are left in it.
Yeah.
And I think they will.
I'm just laughing at the fact that Sunderland have got a third season in League One.
The only thing Ashley's done in his 13th year is clearing the debt, 144 million since then. It's been a disaster. 100% agree.
That's all you can give him credit for. That's all you can give Mike Ashley credit for. He's cleared the debt, but apart from that, in terms of ambition, doesn't beat any.
Well, yeah, and like I say, he's brought in a couple of popular names for managers, but then he just messed them about and they've left.
Popped them off.
Exactly.
It all really, doesn't it?
Felt sorry for Rafa Benitez, mate. I still feel sorry to him to this day, and Chris Hughton. Like, how can you do such a thing? Exactly. It's such a Newcastle thing to do now, isn't it? Getting rid of your better managers, man. I mean, who goes from like Rafa Benitez, right, to Steve Bruce? I mean, who does that? That's like going from Simeone, right? That's like going from Simeone to David Moyes.
Hi.
David Waller, Premier League's project restart handed boost. Well, ahead. It could be coming back. I think there's going to be a final decision made.
Well, Bournemouth may have the last word though, because one of their players have caught it, the goalkeeper.
Because then they have the last word when they suspended it.
They may have the last word though. But if their big players are catching it, then they say we can't play. Even though personally the reserves could have a go, but Bournemouth's main keeper though, if he's catching it, they've got to start isolating. I mean, if squads are missing out on players, then how can they fulfil the fixtures? It's difficult.
And this is Bournemouth who potentially go down if they did unweighted points per game.
I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think if they're generally caught, it's at the end of the day, it's health and safety of a footballer. I don't think they want to do it on purpose. Like you look at Villa, they're like, oh well, we don't want this because this is going to happen. I don't think they want this to happen. They wanted the season to continue. It's not their fault that this has happened. It's nobody's fault. This has just happened. But if players are catching it, then what you do? The Premier League are taking a massive risk.
I was going to say, well, thought you meant. Well, obviously, I didn't mean like null and void. I just meant like on points per game because null and void I think is off the table.
West Ham are going down. I think is it West Ham go down on points per game as well.
West Ham if it's weighted like home points per game, then away points per game. But Bournemouth if it's not weighted, I don't know how that works. But,
I've seen one where I think West Ham will go down. There's points per game.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I think
their players, Sebastian Haller. Who else they got? They got Anderson. How could he go down with that?
Fabianski, even Declan Rice.
West Ham are a mess.
I'm just looking. Some more. Let's see this. Ryan Sweeney, did Cashley pay debt, or is it not in the price?
I think it was in the price.
I think he has paid. He has obviously paid off with his own money. If we owe anybody money, it'll be him. Which if the alleged new owners come in, then they'll pay him off straight away. It's pennies to them, isn't it? If they're worth, what, 260 billion, whatever that meant to be worth estimated, then it's pennies, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such a shame that we sold so many top quality players, and actually all about the profits. Spot.
In a sense, it's obviously stabilising the club, but like you can stabilise a club, but you can also be ambitious at the same time, and we haven't been ambitious enough. That's the problem.
It's _ says, are we going to do that 1-on-1 v FIFA? Yeah, we can do it sometime. What about Norwich? I think they're definitely heading down. Definitely going to head down.
Aye.
I think they're looking a bit of bother. But if you look at Norwich, I think they're a very honest club. I don't think they spend like too much, but they know exactly where they stand. They're a bit of a yo-yo club out there. They're up down, up down. They don't. I don't think they oversell themselves, do they? I mean, I think Norwich are like when they spend money, they like to hope they can stay up, but I don't think they have any expectations to stay up. They used to stay up quite a lot. I think was it under like Paul Lambert and that? But like I think they're a very honest club.
And I think they finished third in the Premier League in the first season, but they lost 7-1 at Blackburn, had a goal difference of -4. HITC was mentioned in best teams, like where they finish. If everyone's best teams there, I think they were like in the relegation.
But do you not remember like under like Alan Pardew that they used to finish like mid-table quite a lot, and everyone used to say they were going to go down. But obviously now you think with the money in the league, they're not really going to. I think they're. What I like about Norwich, they're a very honest club. They know if they're going to go down, they'll accept it, and they'll go again, and they'll. The thing is with Norwich, they actually get a lot of players come through their academy, like like the top Max Aarons and stuff like that, but like the Murphys and that. I think they have got some very exceptional good players, but a lot of them are just championship based. But that they sort of rely on hoping that they could do it in the Premier League. But if they go down, they always find a way of getting back up. If it's not the first season back, it's always maybe second or third season. So I'm okay with Norwich, to be fair.
Right, but it kind of says thing that their record transfer is like 9 million for Stephen Naismith.
But I think they know they're not a big club, though. That's what I'm saying. They'll accept if they take Premier League football, they know for a fine fact that like they'll spend wisely. They'll not like go, right, like a Fulham or an Aston Villa, let's go and spend 100 million and get relegated. They're a very honest club.
All right.
Patrick Minican, please confirm you understand that this would Lee Charlie be sacked if the takeover goes through and Steve Lee takes his job. Yeah.
Probably,
he loses his job. Yeah. Make sure the door doesn't hit you.
Exactly. Ryan Sweeney, shame for Norwich. He played good football and got 4 points out of us. Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. That they're a very honest club. Like they don't have the most expensive side. They don't have the most attractive of players, but they're an honest club. Like how they run. Do you know what I mean? Like they know where they stand. They're not like ahead of themselves. Like they're not like, we should be we should be finishing there. I think they go for the rides, don't they? They'll just like see where we finish, see what happens.
Yeah,
they're roughly between the Premier League and the Championship. I'd say Norwich.
Actually paid 135 million for the club. The debt he cleared was not included in the price of the sale.
I think if we owe any money, it's not the club. I think we owe money to him. But like I say, if the owners come in, they're going to pay him off anyway.
Cash will give NUFC 100 million loan. So what's the difference?
Well, like I say, the new owners will, whatever happens, they'll pay him off. Like what I mean, these owners if they're talking about being filthy rich, then it's pennies. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to them. They'll pay it.
Give a wallet. Live NUFC event takes place tomorrow. What live event is it?
I was saying from the Chronicle. I think if you check one of their reporters' social media pages, because on Andrew Musgrove's Facebook.
All right, what's it say?
I think there's only a couple of places left.
All right, what is it like?
So I'm thinking they would have been taken up by now.
All right, I wonder what it is.
I'm sure they'll do an update in the paper or something or whatever on Thursday.
Yeah, probably definitely should. So, any more things, Lawrence, about Ashley's done badly at this football club in his 13 year of ownership?
Well, how long you got? But yeah, obviously, apart from the 5 things I've mentioned, obviously relegation twice. I know a lot of it was down to like player attitudes, bad coaching, but then again, he hired the coaches, he hired the managers, Kinnear twice, obviously, giving Steve McLaren a job.
Lawrence,
Saturn
how did you take
Chris Hughton.
relegation?
Sorry?
The first ever time we got relegated in 2009. How did you both take it?
I
Given it
was
was the first time.
I was in tears. I was like 10 years old, so it was obviously a lot easier to cry.
What about 2016? I think I was more angry. I think I was more like, I kind of expected it.
I wasn't that bothered. I just expected. I was just hoping keep.
That's
Rafa.
what I'm saying. It sounds harsh to say for the club, but when we got relegated in 2016, I was like, meh. It's just typical Newcastle. I think we're seeing it coming, didn't we? I think we're. Yeah. I don't think many. The first. I didn't say I cried the first time I got relegated. The first time we got relegated. I was more angry. The fact like we knew we got it wrong.
In 2016, I was just glad we went down with like 6-0 unbeaten run, and I mean it was thanks to Rafa. Whereas 08-09, obviously, I think we went 3 months without a win between beating West Bromway.
Say we didn't have Rafa. Say we didn't get Rafa for the championship. Where do you think we'd be?
It's difficult to tell.
I reckon we'll be like between 6th and like 12th and mid-table somewhere.
Probably, but then again, you could. Then again, I look at what happened to Villa. They did come up, so it's kind of difficult to say. But we wouldn't have came straight back up, and it would have taken at least a few years, I think.
Peter, what about you? Like when your relegations, like how did you take both relegations? So say we'll start off like in 08-09. How did you the first ever one?
I think I felt that. Actually, the thing about 08-09 season, I wasn't at home. I think I was away for a week somewhere.
I remember on your West Ham previous before the West Ham game, you mentioned you were like living somewhere else.
I wasn't living somewhere else. I think I was on holiday somewhere just for a week in this country somewhere. Because
bank holiday weekend.
Did you ever cry, Peter?
Oh, I didn't
actually cry. I was just more angry. I just seen it coming. I knew you were in a mess. I knew it. I knew all these players that we were signing. I'm like, these are not good enough to play in the Premier League. Like, yeah, we've got good enough side, but the defence was absolutely no. Goodness me. But the one of the McLaren, that season, I was just, I knew he should have been sacked when we got beat off Crystal Palace 5-1 back in November. We should have sacked him there and then. And then the minute I found out about that result, I said he should have been sacked. And the fact they didn't sack him, I said, well, get relegated us. Every result, I was literally just laughing because I just knew how shit we really were. I don't know what you. Sorry about the language, but I knew how bad we were.
Aye.
Right. You were saying that?
Yeah, in 08-09, I think some of the players brought in just weren't good enough. Keegan wasn't getting his first choice signings, but then he walked out. Obviously,
Hull survived on the last day. Hull?
Well, yeah, and even most of the players we had were good enough. They were just, wanting. They were just like, no, they just didn't care. In particular, Michael Owen, Mark Viduka, Damien Duff. I'd say were the main three culprits. And it was probably why Shea Given left. Because he handed in transfer request. We're trying to keep him, but we just offered him like a lower contract.
Shea Given said he didn't want to leave the club; he wanted to stay.
Exactly. I've read it in his book.
Ryan Tweedy, yeah, but actually, but Cashley loaned instead of giving money to us, so it makes no difference if he paid debt off. He had to pay 55 million off in a matter of weeks when bought the club. Well,
difficult to say though. Nobody really knows the facts.
Aye, especially
the only people that know the facts is the owners. Lee Charnley knows at the top. We only get fed so much information. We don't actually know what's true and what's false. We don't. We will only find out that if we ever get a takeover, whatever that may be.
Plus, social media wasn't really around back then, so it was hard to get the details.
No.
My favourite kit was Northern Rock. I loved it.
I like Northern Rock.
Which kit was it? The first Northern Rock, the second with the goal writing on, or the other one where the Silver got relegated and had it before that as well?
For me, I'd go with the gold one.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
I had quite a few Northern Rock tops, to be fair. You know what top I did actually like? It was an away top. It was like that black and blue one, Northern Rock. Yeah. It was like it might be the second or third kit. It was 2006,
2003 to 2005.
Whatever that was, that was a lovely away kit. That was.
It was the golden one we had in Shearer's last season.
Oh no, there was one where it was like black. It was like black. The Northern Rock was in white, and then it was like light blue on the arms or something.
Mm.
In the group chat, I'll send you a picture. It was a nice away top.
Aye. because I was more.
We played in the UEFA Cup.
Aye.
Mm.
Oh, I think I know which one you mean. The one.
I thought Virgin Money were a bit weird though, weren't they, when they came in? But they were a bit strange.
Aye. Do you mean like the one we had against in 06-07? Because we beat Palermo, Luque scored, Tim Kroll's clean sheet on
it might be that one. Yeah, is like white writing on it. Yeah. And now with Puma, they're all just tacky. Like the home tops, a lot of them. Honestly, I think a lot of them are carbon copy of each other. They're just, you look at the away tops. The away tops are fine. The home tops are a huge problem. Like this season's home top, this season's Newcastle United home top is one of the worst home tops I think I've ever seen. Puma, horrible.
I think you could have signed on Pez.
Sorry, it's horrible. Would you pay 65 quid for that home? It's horrible. Didn't like it.
Disgusting. Loving the stream, guys. Cheers very much. Ryan Sweeney, 09 relegation was no hope. Hope 16 relegation, there was hope. The only thing is we sacked McLaren far too late. And
that's what I was mentioning earlier.
Rafa tried. Rafa tried his best, but time was up. At the end of the day, man, we're close to our own problems that season.
Right, I tried 09 relegation. I think a lot of fans did. I didn't.
I was more angry. You could just see both relegations. Like the first one, I was angry, but the second one, I wasn't. Do you know what? It sounds harsh to say I wasn't asked. It's fucking typical Ashley. I seen it coming. Like, we've not learned off the first one. The second one was just a sheer embarrassment. Like, you spent 80 million quid over the season, and then what makes it even worse is you go and get Townsend and Shelby in the January, and you still get relegated signing those players. How?
Steve McLaren.
Well, Andrew NUFC says, under McLaren, we were decent at home, but terrible away. But I thought there was games at home.
We lost to Watford.
Bournemouth.
Sheffield Wednesday.
I was at the Sheffield Wednesday game. We lost 1-0. It was McGugan. Oh my days!
I think they made 10 changes.
I was at that game, mate, and you seen all them Sheffield Wednesday fans at the top. It was a nighttime game, and when they scored, I was in the East Stand. There was a lot of there was a lot of bad language that night. And honestly, when they scored, and I said the same thing. The guy had the same words as me. Oh dearie me, 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday. And I watched the highlights back, and you could hear the boo, and it was really bad. Like, it was just, how do you get beat off Sheffield Wednesday when they played their reserves? They literally played their reserves against our first team and we got beat. How?
Steve McLaren again.
Yep, there you go. Just says it all.
We nearly struggled against Northampton Town. Remember, just before we qualified for Sheffield?
No, I don't think we struggled, I'd say.
Well, no, we're banged in a few goals, but before that, we struggled to even break them down at one point.
It's Royal says, what would you do if Newcastle got Pookie, Aarons, Todd, and Daniel as manager?
You're talking about Daniel Fark.
Yeah.
Not yet. He's sued for Norwich. He's doing a good job there. Norwich want big money anyway.
Aye.
They're not daft. Plus, if they're going to get relegated, they'll want to try and recoup some of that extra added relegation money as well onto their budget. So they're going to want big
payments.
Yeah, on top. We're not daft.
Ryan Sweeney. No, I've missed one. Best kit over the last 13 years. Oh, good question.
Which one? Home or away kit?
We could go for the both. Well,
or third as well.
Seasons away.
I have to say, I like the one in the chat. Even though it was one guy, I enjoyed the championship home kit. I thought it was quite a smart kit. I have to say, I like the colours on it.
Probably that, and then the home kits from 2007 and 2009, and the championship one.
I like the one we got relegated. It sounds daft to say, but I actually like the one we got. They had colours again. I like the one we got relegated in. That was quite nice.
And also the 17-18 season. The
home away kit's tough. The away kit's tight though. I think I like two.
Aye, I like the third kit. I think from 11-12, 12-13, and 17-18.
Are they your all-time favourite away kits, Lawrence?
Oh, I meant third kits.
Oh no, I think you're talking about what about away kits? Like, so your home kits, like obviously you said the relegation one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about away kits.
I like this one. I like this one. And I like the black and gold one.
I'd say that's my favourite, just for memories.
Did anybody have black and gold on?
Black and gold. I didn't have black and gold one, but I'd probably look at buying it. I'd probably look at buying it at some point.
Expensive now, I think. Apparently, it's expensive.
Aye.
It's getting. You know when they say the words "getting extinct."
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
To get extinct now, because it's 125 year anniversary kit as well.
One kit
that's going to be extinct soon.
I loved was the similar to the 17-18 kit, 11-12 third kit.
Yeah, I like this one because it's more retro. Like obviously the Puma version is it, but I think the black and gold one. I just loved how smart that kit was. But like, I know it's funny, but like that's probably one of the best away kits I think Puma made. Just black and gold always goes well. Sorry.
Well, we know club was over 100 million debt. He had to pay 54, I think, in 6 weeks. He loaned us 100 million. We have to pay back at some point. He's done us no favour.
It's all facts. We don't really know if that's fact though. We don't know that. The thing is, they haven't taught us anything.
Lewis Bone, this season's home kit is average at best. It looks terrible. Absolutely.
I wouldn't even say it's average. I think the only good thing about the kits this season, I would say the green one looks all right, looks decent. I mean, if I was going to pick one kit, I would say the green one. The gold, the orange one's just too in your face, and the home kit, blood yellow first, I thought it looked like something off Monsters Inc.
What a beautiful concept kit, which kids I will hope it's not this season ones, because my god, it's bloody awful. Ryan Sweeney, personally, I think football under Bruce is horrendous, if not the worst.
No, McLaren football is worse. But the thing is, under McLaren, you just knew you were going to get a battering. Doesn't matter who you played up against.
Oh yes, particularly when a game against Bournemouth, I'll start Riviere up front.
It's not that though. It's not that. It's not what really bugged me about Steve McLaren. It was his interviews. Give us 5 games. Give us 10 games. Give us 12 games. No, get fucking sacked.
And I remember after we got absolutely humped 5-1 at Chelsea.
I want to have gone after 5 games.
And I think remember the Chelsea 5-1 game. I think when he was in the interview and he's like, last game we won it, but this time we lost it. And he had that grin on his face as to say,
it's not that. It's his little facial reactions he used to do on the technical area. It's just like you just knew he was lost. Like he was lost in his own mind. You know when you just like when you get a job and you're like, wow, how on earth have I got that? How have I got this job? Like you never took control of the club properly. Like I think the players were getting on top of him, and it should be the other way around. You should be getting on top of the players when they're not doing very well. And I think the players they knew he wasn't a good manager. They knew he wasn't like up there with the best, so they could just mess around and we were getting hammered. Like, the Crystal Palace one for me. I got really angry that night. I actually worked. I was working at the time. I left work, right, and I seen all the score lines and I seen how heavy our defeat was because I hadn't seen anything of the match. I seen Crystal Palace 5, Newcastle 1. I was so angry. I goes, if he's not sacked, we're getting relegated. We had a little bit of hope under Rafa, but I think the job it was pretty much there done.
I like that. Yeah, Lawrence.
But I think obviously those players, I think they knew they were going to go on to like bigger and better things as well.
Well, they were better than Steve McLaren, put it that way.
Aye.
I was up to Lewis Bone. I like Rafa, but he was too defensive and does not sub people on when we're getting beat. I think the problem with that is he had no choice but to do that, I would say, because
I love Rafa. I thought he was fantastic. I think, do you know what it is? People say, well, he wasted a lot of money, but listen, he stayed when we got relegated to the Championship, right? You had to work with Championship-based players, right? And he actually made some of these Championship players into better players. So, for example, Lascelles, he made him into a better player. You got Lejeune for next to no money. You got Fernandez for next to no money. He's got Dubravka for next to no money. What about all these players who he's bought for next to no money? Hayden, for example, he made into a better player. Yeah. People don't forget, like all these players he's brought in. Yeah, they might not be fantastic.
Well,
he's made them into better players. But the thing is, how can he go in and attack the Premier League with a squad that we've got? If he does that, we're going to get relegated.
Yeah.
Sorry, we are. How can we get promoted from the Championship and start attacking clubs and expect we're to stay up? We're not. We don't have that mentality. In a sense, it was boring. Don't get us wrong, but I could understand because he had nothing to work with.
Ryan Sweeney, Rafa got the best out of what we had. Very true.
Exactly.
Patrick Minican being found guilty of disability discrimination against Jonas. Gutierrez was an all-time low in fashion. My God, the treatment for that was absolutely bang out of order.
But what has Mike actually not done wrong at this football club though? Like out his time that he's been here, there's probably a category of A to Z of things that he's done wrong for each letter.
Andrew and UFC away kit in the championship 16-17 was decent as well. Well, yeah.
Which one was that? Was that the white and purple one, or was that like the navy blue one or the orange one?
It was the blue and the orange one.
I only had the home guard. I wasn't a big.
I think I only got the home one as well.
I wasn't too keen on the orange one because I think it was a bit too much in your face, and it was like the navy blue. But I was actually, even though I didn't buy it, I was quite a big fan of the purple and white one because I thought it was quite clean. It was different.
Yeah. Well, Sean Leach says hi to Army TV.
Hi, Sean, mate. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man.
Lewis Bones, he says, do you plan on doing any more streams? See you guys later and keep up your content. Love it. Yeah, I'll be definitely doing more live streams.
I'm gonna quit, mate. No, I'm joking. I'll be back. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be doing some more. But yeah, no problem. Take care of yourself, man.
I might not be going live on Saturday though.
Just could be whenever. Yeah, Sean Leach just says he's on about he missed a couple of wins off from saying. But what I'll keep doing, I'm surprised.
Watch some moments in the championship. Remember the Burton game? I'll keep watching that one back at home. Bloody hell, the referee was awful.
I remember there was talk like from the after seeing the championship referees, everyone was like, "I'll never complain about Premier League refs again."
Oh well, and I say that we're getting to the Premier League, and Lee asks us the same question. I'm like, oh, actually, they're still bollocks. They're all bollocks when you think about it. I mean, they all make mistakes. They got V on that worse.
Huh.
Hi, that's the thing.
Honestly, I think the referees don't help themselves. Like, oh, let's just take about 5 minutes just to make a decision. Oh, by the way, the one in the championship against Burton, I was at that game, and I was one of them. I shouted in the crowd, "You're not fit to referee," because he was awful. Like, even Harry Potter came out in his technical area with his little pads to Rafa and said, "Yeah, this is a penalty." So it's a retake.
The referee in Nottingham Forest, my God, that was
disgraceful.
Shelby doesn't even touch Lansbury, and there's Lansbury just clutching his face.
If it was for Darlow having a worldie though that game, we would have lost that game like 6 or 7-2, whatever it was. It finished.
The sending off for Dummer was terrible as well. I mean, like Lansbury's off for goal, but he just stops.
I think that Burton, what it is with that Burton game. If it wasn't for Matt Ritchie scoring that worldie, in the second half, I think that could have cost us might even have cost us promotion. It could have actually cost us. No, I'm not saying like it would have like cost with the title, but it could have. Well, it actually would have done. It would have done because we only just won it on the last game of the season against Barnsley. If obviously Villa saved win a sense, but we could have actually finished in the playoffs because Huddersfield were literally on our tails. Like even with Brighton, I was amazed at how well Huddersfield actually did that season.
Yeah. And Andrew and UFC Daryl Murphy play for us when he came. Yes, I like Daryl Murphy.
I thought he was class, mate. I thought he was was he a free?
No, I think only a couple of million. I think
like 3 million.
Ex-Ipswich, wasn't he as well? Ex-Ipswich.
Similar amount of money.
But anyway, I thought for being an old age. For being an old age, I actually thought he was a very solid champion. He scored some important goals as well. I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Sean Leeds, can I join your camera? Yeah, of course you can.
I can jump out if somebody wants to join in. But we'll wait. We'll sit and see if someone's in the background. If someone appears in the background, I'll jump out.
Yeah, Ryan Sweeney, VR will take time or video replay. But remember Frank Lampard's goal against Germany, yards over. It will do right there. I remember that. But to be honest, that game, England were bollocks. England deserved it.
Well, I think the minute the goal didn't cross the line, I think the confidence was like that was taken out of them. Really, I can understand why.
Long ball from Neuer. Everyone's in no man's land, and then Closer puts it in for 1-0.
I used to call him Emmanuel Neuer. Emmanuel annoying because he always used to save every shot. Like, stop being annoying, man. Just let me fucking score. Like, you used to play up against him on another team and he used to save everything. I used to call him Emmanuel annoying.
Yeah, but sometimes if it wasn't for David James at times, my God, that could have been more than.
I think the Germany they deserved to win the World Cup though. They were like above every other nation. They were a class above. I'm sorry to say.
For me, yeah, it could have changed the game, but that's still no excuse for the bad performance.
No, but the thing is, not just that though. I genuinely think even if we'd scored that, I think Germany were just a class above. They were too good.
I know in our group chats, you've rated a lot of ranting a lot about how bad Capello was.
Oh God. Oh God.
What else in the 2010 World Cup? I remember 0-0 against Algeria.
Oh, that was embarrassing. And Wayne Rooney was like, "Nice to see you all, thanks, Mourinho. Loyal supporters."
Yeah, but when you got Capello as your manager and he doesn't like string a word of English together, and you don't understand what he says. He's like, like, get out. Like, just get. You know what it is though, right? When they let him go, honestly, I was absolutely amazed. But then, do you know what? When they appointed, do you know when you get rid of one useless manager and then you bring in another one like Roy Hodgson, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, what else? And I'll take players like Heskey to the World Cup.
Sorry, but I'm sorry.
Crouch.
Not just that though. Like when you look at Roy Hodgson though, when you bring in one shit manager to another, like he wasn't shit at club level, but for England, you know he's not good enough. When you put Harry Kane on corners and that, like, what are you doing?
Right, really, $4 million for Murphy. That's how much we're paying for.
Right.
Yeah, Sean Leach. Come on now. Yeah, no problem. Just put
when he's ready to come in, when he's in the background, just let us know and I'll jump out.
NUFC England are overrated. Well,
I do. I think we're overrated. We are.
Right, really well. We fell apart, England, but Pointer's goal will stand with VAR, definitely. But even if that goal would have stood for Lampard, we would have lost the game 4-2 anyway, still.
Not that, though. Even if it was 2-2, like, I just think Germany, even if Germany are a class apart, though, they had so many technically good players.
Gifted players. Argentina 4-0 next round.
The thing is that Germany knew how to unlock the door. Like, if you made a mistake, they were in.
Yeah.
No, I thought Germany was. Is it the same manager, Jurgen Loh, he's called? They were still a scary side. Like, even they didn't do very well in the last World Cup, but like you do know Germany are still sniffing around. They've still got some good players.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the thing.
I genuinely thought Wales could have won the Euros. I thought, bloody hell, I hope not. Imagine them win the Euros.
Going back to Mike Ashley's time, it still being NUFC on. I mean, like. Remember, you also did a video on this, Sharky, and one of them was he wanted to keep Sports Direct open.
That's what I'm saying. You're in a pandemic, right? At the end of the day, it's people's health and safety. That should be put first, always before money. Money should always be last. Yes, okay, you need the economy to run, but the economy's on its arse anyway. Like, what's the difference? Oh, I need to sell my Sports Direct gear because I think it's essential, but then he has the cheek to hide it up. Absolute disgrace, man. The guy, honestly, the man, he's defined by greed. Defined by greed. And this is why we fail as a football club, because all he sees in it is greed. Anything that attracts money signs. Listen, if we don't get this takeover right, how long do you think Almiron and ESM are going to stay for? Because once he sees pound signs, they're going to be gone. Why do you think I don't get overhyped when they score goals? Because it's not down to them, right? That they want to leave. Who's it down to? Mike Ashley.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say, but when these score, if ASM or whatever score worldly goals, yeah, they're great goals, they're great moments. But like realistically, if Mike Ashley stays here, do you think we're going to keep them? Be realistic.
Right, Sweeney never estimate the Germans. Definitely true. He says, "How do you do it on YouTube?" Well, the link I've put in here, you've got to do it that way. You've got to enter your name and then enter the studio and then through this way, and that's.
I've been in a lot longer than I thought. Been one of the first in.
Lynch, Ashley out 100%. Right, we need Cashley wanted furlough staff on furlough wages. There's another thing.
That's the same. The problems at our football club. We were one of the very first clubs to put players on furlough, and then they got reviewed or something like that, and he still continued. Liverpool and Tottenham reversed it, and we just sat there and taken it. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, but I can understand if we're a football club in like League One or League Two, but if you're Mike Ashley and you're making Premier League money and you're getting the fan base that we get each and every week, and every away crowds that we get, you know what I mean? All the things that we buy at the football club. How can he tell us that he's got no money?
True. Yeah. Get 2 ticks, guys. Almost gone to the lid.
Lawrence, I'm still here. I don't know what I'm doing. Still here.
I know.
How did you find the quiz anyway?
Good.
Was it hard?
Yeah. I think
general knowledge
in particular.
General knowledge for you though. I know you're quite brainy, so I thought I'd maybe give you a bit of the heads up for the quiz because I know you were, you know what I mean. I thought you would be interested.
I think I like I prefer like questions where you can just like guess a year, guess a club, rather than questions that you just literally have no clue about.
Oh, so but do you still enjoy it though?
Aye.
Would you go and do it next week?
Yeah.
I don't know if you subscribe to them, but I've been a long-term subscriber of them. I think they're good.
I have subscribed.
They're actually a Blackpool channel, like the Blackpool fans.
I know.
They're really good. They're really good. I've never met them before, but I did tell them I'll go over and do because they want to do like a documentary. So I said I'll go and do a documentary for them.
Because I think they were commenting on your streams.
Yeah, well, they want to do a documentary about like how like ownership, like poor ownership and stuff. Like Blackpool, Newcastle have obviously had West had a bit of a dogged situation, but Blackpool had a situation under Colliston where they were protesting and stuff, like they were talking about poor ownership.
Because Oyston's even worse than Ashley. Because I remember one summer we were cancelling loads of friendlies because they didn't even have enough players for a starting 11.
I went to the game. I've been to a couple of neutral Blackpool games. The one against Burton Albion, and there was rarely anybody there, and that was just like that was a League One game. But Blackburn, even like for the actual friendly, I think there was more Blackburn fans than I think there was Blackpool.
I went when we played them away in pre-season 2013. Shaw scored the only goal.
But Liam, I celebrate the goals, but I don't celebrate us avoiding relegation means nothing.
Well, we should be celebrating avoiding relegation.
It's bad. It's bad.
I just enjoy the wins, enjoy the goals.
Ryan Sweeney, Sports Direct staff, he wanted on furlough wages as well. I mean, even when you got a lot of people on 0-hour contracts there as well. I mean,
says it all, doesn't it? Mike Ashley is your owner. You get what you get into your club, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Join now. Yeah, so I'll do it, Shawlers. I'll put that link in, and you got to enter it through that way. You
got to ask him though, has he set up his YouTube channel correctly?
You set it up correctly as well.
Because I know you've got to have an actual you can make up a YouTube. You can have a YouTube account, but you've got to make sure it's set up.
Yeah.
So it can be connected into streams.
Liam NUFC, Kyle Oyston wasn't the owner. Owen Oyston was.
No, Owen Oyston had a say in the club. Yeah, you obviously owner, but then he passed it on to Col.
Yeah, it was basically the Oyston family.
Because what happened was because it was Owen Oyston, and then Col Oyston, his father passed it on to him, and then obviously they somehow got that promotion to the Premier League. Fair play to them, but then that's where they should use that money to invest in, like a place like Blackpool where it's booming all the time. Where they get a lot of tourists and stuff. A club like Blackpool, fair enough, they've made it to the Premier League, but they want to try and sustain themselves in that Premier League. And I felt what they've done is they've taken the money from the parachute payments, which I think was £90 million, and they took it for their own financial gain.
Aye.
Felt sorry for Ian Holloway though, because I felt they only just missed out on staying up. I thought if Col Oyston invested just maybe even another £10 million, they would have stayed up.
Yeah.
They got promoted with us. They came up with us.
Oh, aye. And then the beat were early on in the season.
St James's 2-0.
Aye, because I think we play them. I think the beat is in both September and both seasons. 2-1 at their place.
I felt sorry for them. I thought they were a bit like Bournemouth. I thought they were an honest club. I thought the fans were quite honest. A bit like Norwich. But when Blackpool got their promotion, I thought, what it is? A place like Blackpool where a lot of people actually go on holiday and stuff. You think, and if they can stay in the Premier League and make that money for the club, the thing is not just going to Blackpool away, but imagine what Blackpool's like for the piss up. How much money that's going to bring into their club and their fan base.
Seeing again, how do I join?
Just leave the link.
Click the link. In the comments, there's a link. Just press it.
Which I'll keep doing.
Just tell them when in the comments he has. So you go for just tell them to follow the instructions. It just says like a blue button.
So the link, you put your name in, and then you'll get another thing. It says enter broadcast studio. That's how it comes in that way. So, Liam NUFC, they nearly got promoted the following season, but lost against West Ham.
I remember that.
Sam Allardyce. I remember that. They weren't lucky, to be fair. Well, actually, were they unlucky or were West Ham just better? No, I thought Blackpool were the better side, but West Ham, I remember watching the playoff final, they took their chances, unfortunately.
Aye.
Shannon says, what is the code? It's asking for a code.
No, it shouldn't do.
Shouldn't do that. Because it hasn't.
No, it should never ask for a code. You can just be able to access. If your account's up and running correctly, you should just be able to enter straight into it. Shouldn't be a problem. But I remember though, because Ian Holloway wanted to try and get them back up. I thought Blackpool done quite well, to be fair. Like, they got relegated, then they thought they could have just crippled. They didn't. They went at it again. They obviously went to the playoff final, only just lost to West Ham. Obviously, West Ham are a bigger club, of course. But the fact like that pretty much ruined Blackpool, because after that, they kind of that's when they started icing out, they start ripping up the playing squad.
Aye, because I'm not sure. Did Holloway just get allowed to walk out the door by like we'll take the compensation?
Palace wanted them. Obviously, Palace were in the Championship as well, but I think they had a bit more ambition, and obviously he got them promoted, didn't he?
I was wondering if it was down to the options that Holloway left.
I thought he was a good manager for Blackpool, to be fair. I thought he'd done a good job at Blackpool.
Aye.
He's a character.
Who did you enjoy in the Premier League more, Huddersfield or Blackpool?
Blackpool.
Blackpool.
You could say Huddersfield. You could say Huddersfield, but obviously twice. They did stay up, obviously. Blackpool didn't, but what I liked about Blackpool is I thought they were a breath of fresh air. I just thought when they got promoted, like I pretty much enjoyed like the playoff final. Like, there was 3-2 game. Charlie Adams scoring that absolute worldie of a free kick, and I just remember like when they came to the Premier League, they actually battled. Like, the thing is, Huddersfield, yes, they spent more money. Blackpool didn't. Like, they had 90 million quid. They might as well not have been given anything, because their owner literally he took all of that money for himself.
Yeah.
Aye.
Greedy man. Greedy.
Yeah. Jonathan Young says Blackpool 100%.
No, the thing is, Carl Eyston took that money all for himself. Horrible, greedy man. A lot of them. 12 Blackpool.
And Huddersfield, they had some absolute stinkers as strikers. Mooney, Department.
They actually spent money though. That thing is, they spent money. They spent money that first season, which all promoted clubs should do. They obviously came up with us yet again. Funny enough, Blackpool and Huddersfield, who had never been in the Premier League before, come up with us. But the thing is, with Huddersfield, they had a squad that they obviously paid for, whereas Blackpool didn't. Like, they had a lot of free loanies, and they only just went down on the last day. The thing is, they lost 4-2 to Man United, and that's no disgrace. They actually won the league.
Exactly. I think they were 2-0 up against them at Bloomfield Road. Lost 3-2. Beat Tottenham, got a point off them, did the double over Liverpool. Kind of shows more how bad Roy Hodgson was.
Right? Blackpool beat Liverpool at Anfield 2-1, and they beat Wigan 4-0.
Aye.
What was your thoughts on Huddersfield in the Premier League?
Bit dull. I was actually at the Huddersfield. The first time they got promoted. I was at the game, their first ever home game. We got beat 1-0. I was actually at Huddersfield, and I thought, I thought it was quite good. I think they've definitely got a good. They've got a good fan base. Like, they put the away fans with their singing section, which I think is quite good. But in terms of how they play, I thought Wagner done a good job the first season, but you knew the second season the water was going to get found out.
Yeah,
that football was a bit unattractive to watch.
I mean, especially with the strikers they had.
Yeah, you mentioned. I thought Aaron Moy was class, by the way.
Huddersfield spent a lot more than us. Same with Brighton. Yeah, that's no shock.
Yeah, but the thing, you give Huddersfield credit, they stayed up. But Blackpool might as well. I mean, it was great they got promoted, but the thing is, their ownership got greedy. They never got given anything. Like, they ended up selling Charlie Adam, was it, to Liverpool?
Yeah, he wasn't going to stick around in the Championship.
Did he? He didn't stay right. No. But the thing is, when Blackpool were in the Premier League, didn't they not sell him in the January? I'm sure they did.
No, they sold him in the summer. He scored the free kick at Old Trafford on the last day.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt really sorry for them. I just thought, you know what, they battled really, really hard that whole season, and a lot of their players were like oldies as well. Like, they weren't exactly like. The thing is, Blackpool. I remember what I liked about that Championship season under Chris Hughton is Blackpool only just got the playoff spot on the last game of the season when Swansea missed a penalty.
The big ups to James is 2-0.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Yeah, I didn't like the defeat. But they were a very honest side. They actually deserved to win. I came out, I thought, you know what? Good little old Blackpool. They came to Newcastle under 52,000 fans. Not used to it. Fair enough, the Championship, you would say. But they played for the manager. They played for the. They knew they weren't an expensive side. They were not amazing, but they played for the club.
And they had Martin Howard as well.
I thought they were well lucky, mate.
Jonathan Young, Blackpool were mega unlucky that year. 39 points they got. Yes,
they were. I keep saying they were a breath of fresh air. I thought they were honest side. What more could they have done?
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember West Ham actually got relegated on 42 points back in the 2002-03 season as well.
They had a good
37
squad, to be fair.
39 points normally sometimes actually keeps you up.
Yeah, I think the season before that would have got you 14th, but that was one of the best Premier League seasons I can remember.
I just remember, like, it was amazing how they done it. Like how the last, little Blackpool, last game we'd already been promoted. They got the last playoff spot and they literally bossed Forest to both legs, got promoted to the Premier League, and then Wigan, first game of the season. I remember Sky Sports, Jeff come up, Blackpool at top of the league, 4-0 against Wigan. You're like, what?
Because Forest were the big clubs in the Championship, there would have been a lot of laughs at them if social media was popular back then.
You do miss certain clubs in the Premier League. I just think for certain eras.
Lehman UFC, I don't know about you lot. I got a feeling Brighton will go down next season.
They could.
Brighton are a strange one. You just don't know what's going. The thing is, Brighton, you just don't know what's going to happen to them. Like, I think Brighton. No, I don't know. I think Brighton are. I think they're starting to stabilise themselves a little bit more now. I think Brighton. I look at them. I think they're about a 15th, 16th place club. I think they could be all right for a few seasons.
Surely join help me.
What do you know? What goes in Brighton's favour though? In a sense that they're quite far away. Not many people like clubs like going over down to Brighton for a game.
Surely join help me. Keep posting the link.
So it tells me I think Bournemouth will stay up as well. I do. I think Bournemouth will find a way up.
Yeah, if they resume the season.
I don't know why. I think it, but I think Bournemouth and Eddie Howe. I think Eddie Howe is a good manager. I like him.
Patrick Milligan, have you seen the story that Ashley has inquired about buying Ipswich? What advice would you give to Ipswich fans? I can honestly think he'll not buy Hughes. Definitely not. His business is not in football.
I don't think he'll go back into football. That's just my personal opinion.
I'm the same, but if he does, he'll probably try and get his back to the Premier League, which he'll be happy with. But it's only going to last so long.
I don't even think he'll get you back in the Premier League. I think he's more championship-based owner.
He'll not have the proper investment. Then
I think for me, he's a championship-based owner. That's all he is.
Don't think he should own any football club.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he'll go back into football. I generally don't.
Oh, I wouldn't even be wrong.
Stranger things have happened, but I think he's done too much wrong in football to want to go back. I think he's caused too much damage, man.
Yeah.
Like a 17 think we should sign Hugh Jazz.
Who? I only know him because that was one of the names Bart Simpson used for a prank call on The Simpsons.
I don't think I've ever seen this guy play. I mean, what's he about? Is he good?
Someone got. Have I got a huge ass? I think.
If Lehman USA, Mike Ashley buys another club, it'll be West Ham. No.
I can't see them being sold anytime soon.
No, their owners are not the greatest, but if Mike Ashley went there, he'll absolutely ruin him even more.
Well, the thing is, everybody knows he's a Tottenham Hotspur fan, so that's not going to go down too well.
Mike Ashley will not turn up to games now.
But that's the thing. I just don't honestly. If he leaves Newcastle, I generally don't think he'll go back into football. Like, what's the point? He's had a decade of absolute misery. Like, if being put in the wrong, you can't. The thing is, he can't handle the media. He makes an absolute clown of himself.
I just don't think owners will have the sense not to sell the clubs to him.
Unless they're really struggling, fair enough. But like, what makes you think he's? I mean, obviously, I hope it happens. But what makes you think he's still going to sell Newcastle now? What makes you think it's another big PR stunt?
Like a 17
we don't know.
He must be on about you, Lawrence, about Hugh Jazz. Lehman USA, apparently West Ham fans want Mike Ashley as owner. Really? Honestly,
I don't think unless you're really struggling, then I would understand. But I don't think West Ham really need Mike Ashley right now.
Exactly. West Ham, if you seriously think want him, I would think again.
Is that lad coming in the stream or not? Is he lost?
I keep telling them, but I don't know what's happening about what to do. But I don't know. I was
going to say I've survived in this stream as long as I thought there'd be a lot more in than that. I thought bloody hell, I'm surviving.
Well, hopefully, Archer said he could be ready soon because he just messages on Facebook before.
Well, I've got to, but I have got a kebab pizza to demolish, but I'm still going to stay in. Don't worry. I bought a kebab pizza about 7 o'clock and I still haven't eaten it. Well, I've had one slice.
I'm getting all one once the takeover goes through.
Oh, I've been having takeaways ever since. So this lockdown.
I've not ordered any takeaways since this lockdown's been into place.
Probably.
Looks like it could be some of the non-essential businesses are open back up in June.
15th of June. We'll look.
Still can't go to football matches, though, they're saying. They say we could be cancelled out for a long time.
Yet again, they might have the social distancing rules to go and
Peter, what's happening with it? What's happening with the obviously, Lawrence, I know you're a season ticket holder. What's going to happen with that? Like with the season, we know with the season cards and stuff for the rest of the season, refunds, or what's going to happen next season? Apparently, there's no football for fans next season. Apparently,
the
club need to give a refund.
What to believe? It's hard to know what to believe, but surely, even if this takeover was to fall through, then somebody, even the Premier League, will probably have to put pressure on Ashley unless the takeover goes through.
It makes me laugh though. It makes me laugh though with this. Like, obviously, people have got season tickets. The fact they've had the cheek to charge for next season already, and yet next season's not even guaranteed. Like, for fans to go back. That's more money that fans need to be refunded. Like, I just don't know how they had the necessary nerve to go and take more money from season ticket holders who probably wouldn't even be there next season anyway. Actually, if this takeover doesn't go through, I'm sorry to say, but there'll not be 50,000 there next season. Yeah, people will go for now for the free season tickets, but it's just people are getting sick.
No.
I've seen West Ham fans say Mike Ashley would take them to the next level. I'd say without him, we would be another Bury. Nah. Sorry. No, I don't think. Definitely not.
No.
He'll not take West Ham to the next level. Absolutely
Mike Ashley is a definition of a clown.
Exactly, yeah.
Sorry, that's putting it nice. Like, I'll probably say something worse, but for the sake of YouTube, I won't.
Want your phone number? Sorry, Bob. I'm not giving my phone out.
Yeah, you don't give your phone number out on YouTube.
Exactly.
Lacquer 17 top manager Ray Pest. Still managing Ray Pest, guys. Really?
He sounds like a pest.
Ray, well, he's on about top manager Ray Pest. I don't know. Just some more comments, but Mike Ashley, clown as anything.
He's not going to. I just don't see what his need is to be here now. I just think, he hasn't really got any ambition for the club. So why would you want to stay? Obviously, the only reason he's going to stay is because we continue to go to the games, which is not a wrong thing to do because we're a passionate big club. But, if you don't have the ambition to win anything, then what's the point? I'm sorry to say, but even Gates Football Club have got more ambition than Newcastle. And that says a lot. By the way, that's nothing against Gates. I think they're on the right footing. But look at Newcastle and no ambition.
Yeah.
No wonder fans are turning to non-league clubs and that because there's no ambition. Look at what a lot of the Man United fans are doing. They're going to watch FC United in Manchester. A lot of them are going to Salford. They can't be bothered. You see a lot of Sunderland fans, I think, are going to South Shields. I mean, I've never seen South Shields play, but a lot of them that's what they're doing. They can't be bothered anymore with the same old negativity. You go to non-league and you actually guaranteed a bit of positivity, honest football, played from the heart, not like let's just go and sell a player behind your back.
NUFC, when people say without Mike Ashley, we would be another Bury. No,
we wouldn't be. We've got too much money. We do cost United. We're not Bury. We actually have a strong fan base. Like Bury are a tiny club, compared to what we've got.
Big back in them days in football, definitely not.
Yeah, but the fan base of what Newcastle's got though.
At Lehman UFC, I've literally never heard anybody say that, mate. So I don't think anyone would have Mike Ashley as owner. Definitely not.
That's definitely made up. Who wants Mike Ashley? I mean, if you're being realistic, who wants Mike Ashley as a owner?
True. A lot of Man United fans have never been Old Trafford. Oh, looks like Shunk is ready to come in now. I think he's finally got on how to do it. So we'll get him in now. So who said they didn't mind leaving this? Yeah, no problem, Sharky.
Okay, good night, guys. I'll speak to you
soon.
Okay, so I'll get Sean in, okay? So let's do this. So we'll get Sean in now.
Hey, Sean.
How you doing?
Hello, PD. Hello.
How are you keeping?
Fine, I'm bored of the lockdown.
I think most people are, definitely. So, Mike Ashley, how do you sum up his ownership at Newcastle Football Club?
He's just a complete utter idiot.
He definitely is. I mean, what would you say some of the bad things he's done at this football club? Like,
Mom, I'm doing the Newcastle fan thingy. I'm talking to PD Polo. Yeah, it's a stream thing.
I remember this happened on Talking the Two video once.
so what do you? Sean, what do you think? There's some of the big things that Mike Ashley's done very badly at this football club.
He just doesn't care about the fans. He doesn't care about the club.
The managers he's fobbed off with the likes of Keegan, Rafa, Chris Hughton, definitely. Stadium name change, that was terrible as well. List just goes on.
Aye.
Liam, NUFC, a lot of Man United fans have never been to Manchester, never mind Old Trafford.
Aye.
Like 70 rumours, and one paper said we are trying to go for Mike Notch. Really? Mike Notch stinks.
Part's another reference to Bar Simpson's prank calls.
All right, I see now. So, yeah, I can see I am. So, again, Mike Ashley. Again, just things with Mike Ashley. I mean, do you think he's tidying nearly up this football club? I mean, like, do you think this takeover is definitely going to happen now?
Yeah.
Sure. Fingers crossed it will.
On your bike, Mike.
Yeah, aye.
Oh, yeah.
All the way down to London.
Aye.
Aye, that's where he lives, aye. Well, somewhere there, I think, so. Well, looks like Archer could be ready to come in as well. So, this is it. Hopefully, well, there you go. Archer's ready. So, do you not mind leaving this time, Lawrence?
All right then. Aye. See you, lads.
So, hopefully, Archer will be in very soon. So, Liam, and you were saying for third relegation happening under Mike Ashley, we will not return to the Premier League. That's a possibility. I think the championship's very competitive a lot more now these days. Absolutely. So,
is Archer in the background yet?
He's not yet, but hopefully,
just let us know when he is.
Yeah, no problem. Will do. But he's ready now.
All right, then. See you, lads.
See you, lads. Thank you for joining in. So,
aye.
Probably well. Let's get who in now. Here he is.
Hello. You all right?
How you doing?
Right. Very sure. Nice to meet you, mate.
So, chat. Mike Ashley's 13-year ownership.
Aye.
Private.
It's been 13 years of absolute carnage. He's just done nothing.
Yeah.
It's just been utter failure. Like we've literally had the change of the stadium as one. Yeah. Then you've got the way he treated Kevin Keegan when he came back, and then also Rafa Benitez. Mm-hmm. Rafa Benitez was absolute. Couldn't believe what he did with him. Like, just basically just let him go. Oh, it's like, we're signing him up for a 3-year contract, and once his contract runs out, just let him go. And then obviously the way that he's treated all those Gutierrez in the 2015 2014-15 season, the way they treated Gutierrez and I think it was Ryan Taylor as well. Them
two got released for a telephone phone call.
Aye, both of them did. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. But for me, his time is up at Newcastle, and I think pretty much every Newcastle fan agrees that Mike Ashley's time is is up because he's just.
We want Ashley out. We want Ashley out.
That's right. He's just done nothing. All he thinks about is the money, and he doesn't think about the fans, and he doesn't think about the club. All he thinks about is the money, and that's it.
Yeah.
TV they're
Yeah.
pretty much. Man.
And what gets me is like every time when it comes to a new season and to the transfer window, whoever manager we get, he basically doesn't back the manager. Will like get like pretty much not. He's like saying, "Oh, I'll give you the green light for to spend big," and we don't. What do we get? We're basically getting barely nothing. We end up getting Andre Sarvi from for I don't know how much for, but we're only getting like small amount of but buying small amount of players which we barely don't even know. I.e., the one player I've never rated was Emmanuel Riviere when we bought him from like 6 million, and like I've been watching Newcastle this season, which I've told you, and Joe Linton. Oh my, Joe Linton has been absolutely shocking this season. It's just like watching another Riviere, but like to be fair, like I understand we got him for 40 million from Hoffenheim, right? He's only joined for a season, but once this takeover goes through, and then whoever manager we get, I'm hoping it's either. I'd like to see Rafa Benitez come back, because apparently, like he's saying that he's eyeing up two English players to come to Newcastle. John Stones and Ross Barkley, and I'm like, what?
There's them two, but I won't have any of them two.
I know, but we just have to wait and see. But obviously, Pochettino was being mentioned, so I'd take one of them. So I'd be happy with any of them really, as long as we get Mike Ashley out of the club, the sooner the better.
Absolutely, well, I'll just go again for some NU comments. Jonathan, yeah, I disagree with that. Liam, NUFC Ashley knows that NUFC are only a valuable club in the Premier League. He would do what it takes to get us back up like he has done twice previously. Well, I know if we did get relegated again, I know players like Almiron, Saint-Maximin, Dubravka will possibly go. And the Championship does get very competitive now these days, you could say as well.
Yeah.
Team NUFC, if this takeover doesn't happen, I won't do my long travels from London to Newcastle because I fear the worst and end up like Blackburn or something.
Yeah.
Don't know about seeing another Blackburn. I think we'll probably spend a couple of seasons in the Championship, you could say, but
can you remember when? I was going to say, can you remember when Alan Shearer came in for like, I'm now, was it about like, he had roughly about 10 games or 12 games or something to save us up. I think that was, aye.
Oh yeah, hi. Like I said, imagine this: Mike Rochers manager, Mike Hunstriker, and Mike Litteris behind. Oh, yeah. G Retro and UFC, are lads? Read how you doing, man? Liam NUFC, Joe Litt will go to some bang average team abroad. That's a possibility, or it could be a loan if we send him out, but we'll see what happens. Liam NUFC, the Championship is not an easy league. Aston Villa has proven that. Aye.
Lovely.
Didn't go quarter player the first time, and remember Steve Bruce being manager of them as well.
Oh, I remember Steve Bruce.
Oh,
Oh, Wally.
cabbages was thrown at him.
Aye, proper Wally with a volley.
Yeah. Andrew NFC Shaqiri's been linked as well today. We've been with about 500 players.
Shaqiri. Brilliant player.
Been linked with loads of people lately. That's the thing.
And that's unreal. Being linked with so many players. It's like it doesn't get. It's just can't really get your head around it.
Yeah, J Retro and USC says I'm fine, but that's good to hear, man. Yeah. Okay. Any more things Mike Ashley's done?
Oh yes, I know one thing he's definitely done is changing Shearer's bar to 9 bar. That's one proper. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Look. Have you seen those people that aren't following the social distancing rules on the beach? Look. Those are very silly people.
USC question for Archer: would you trust Steve Bruce with 200 million if Takeover happens, and would you or wouldn't? So, would you trust Bruce with 200 million, Archer?
2 million.
200 million.
If he gets the backing, then yeah, but at the minute, the way things are going, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But because I think it's best if we have a new manager in, because obviously I think that's what's going to happen is once the takeover comes through, then they'll want to bring in a new gaffer.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And we should have like at least a 4 or 5 year plan for the club and what the future holds for Newcastle United, and also what needs to change is the training facilities as well.
Oh yes, paddling pools, wheelie bins, the lot.
Yeah.
Retro and UFC says, can I have a shout, man? Yeah, no problem. Feel free to go and subscribe to Retro and UFC. Feel free to. Ryan Sweeney, I wouldn't trust Bruce with £2.50. £2.50.
£2.50.
That's dead cheap.
Aye.
What's he gonna buy? Note.
He would probably buy, toy.
No, it's probably the only thing.
Or he would buy his grandmother. He would sell his grandmother. You would?
God knows what he'd buy. More comments coming in, so let's see. Right, Tweety says, "Oh, Bruce will buy bacon." Ha ha ha! Oh, that video where he gave an interview, and I think he said bacon. How's the bacon? Something like that.
That was meant that.
You probably get a sausage butty or something.
Jay says, "I would would you not trust Steve Bruce with £1?"
What's Bruce gonna do with £1? Nothing.
Bruce would spend that £2.50 at the kebab shop. Or Patrick Minikin said he could sell Joe Linton for £2.50, then he'd have a £5.
No.
Definitely not. No, but yeah. Andrew and UFC, all these pundits saying Bruce should be given a chance. It's because he's made, to my opinion, is Bruce out when the takeover happens. I know they might give him till the end if the takeover does go through to see how he does throughout the remaining games, and then they'll probably end up making a decision. But Again,
Aye.
it just wouldn't shock me if there was to get a decent manager appointed then. So, but yeah, let's just all wait to see what happens next. Definitely, but yeah. Not to mention Archer, Mike Ashley wanted to keep Sports Direct open.
Stupid
Really?
idiot, man.
Why does he want to keep Sports Direct open for?
She could sell his essential stuff according to him, but
That's
Yeah.
absolutely bizarre.
Liam, and you were saying if we sat Bruce, no one in the Premier League would appoint and possibly some lower mid-table club might, but again, I don't know.
No.
I know he's definitely probably championship at the best, but he definitely hasn't done too bad this season. Definitely not. But
And now one club that can have him, Sunderland.
yeah,
Did RV for them?
shy possibly, but yeah, hi.
And if I,
Did you say Sean? I think. Oh, I think he's streamed. What did you say, Sean? I think you were lagging a bit there.
what happened to the internet there?
No, I don't know. It's on your side.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, still wondering, Archer, where'll be roses?
Very funny.
Sunner fans even hated Bruce. It says a lot. Well, they wanted him out. I think it was back in one of the
We hate
games.
Sunderland. Oh, we hate Sunderland.
I mean, Sunner fans wanted him gone at around about 2011, I think it was.
Aye.
Yeah, definitely see it all. But but again, Mike Ashley. I mean, Joe Kinnear twice.
Joe Kinnear.
Oh
Joe
my
Kinnear comes from Ireland.
Remember Joe
Joe-
Kinnear, Archer?
Oh, do absolutely waste of space.
Yeah, he was.
When he came in, I didn't even know who he was. Like, I don't think all the Newcastle fans didn't know who Joe Kinnear was.
And maybe he comes back in as director. Lambizi, Johan Kebab, Hatton Ben Affrey,
Charles and Zombie or something.
Insomnia.
Like if you had, what was he supposed to be? The director or some kind of ambassador?
Something like that. Director on your C says I can join now. Okay, I'll get you in at some point. So, but yeah.
I'll stay on.
If you don't, well, I could try and make it fall, see. But Charles Insomnia, but Charles Insomnia. Hopefully Jay can join in soon. Ben Afra and CC, yes.
CC, is that what he called him?
Thomas Cece. He was
it.
brilliant.
Oh God, not to think, but I don't know why they wanted to bring him back twice, but yeah, definitely says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, wait, hopefully you can join in soon. Do you fancy Johan Kababa? Well, looks like Jay's right. We'll keep that him in. We'll make it a 4-man stream, see how it works. Because I've never tried it before, so we'll get him in. There he's here. How are you, Jay?
Hello, Jamie.
All right, mate.
Mom.
Oh,
Jay's on the live stream, Jay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jay.
Are we, Jay?
All right, mate. Aye.
Good to hear, man. Anyway, so.
So you bored of the lockdown then?
Oh, man, I managed it. So, Jay, Mike Ashley's time as owners Newcastle. Go on, sum it up.
Yeah, I want to give honourable regard. It's 30 years of absolute trust. Mike Ashley. He's a man who eats all the time. He can't sit in
Garbage.
Sports like arena. I've ever gone to him, but that bloody idiot. He doesn't do nothing. He never did. He doesn't care. He pours talking here. He likes to call Johan kebabs. You like kebabs, okay, yeah?
He can't even pronounce his own name, Mike Ashley, man.
Managers he's mugged off with, fobbed off Keegan.
He did. He took Keegan like crap.
Yeah.
Let Rafa go. Chris Hughton says it all, really, doesn't
I
he?
was like, well, I let him go, and I spent what I went to him go. I let him go. All right, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, you're gonna spend a boss at you. What's that crap?
Nah. On your bike, Mike.
On the bike, I'm Mike. Are we? Taxi corner, Mike.
Mike Ashley's so fat.
I think it's all the pies in the all the pies in vote. I know all the pies in.
Pies, Coca-Cola, Fanta Orange, and all that.
Andrew NUFC says best player over the last 13 years. I would say Demba Ba.
Demba Ba by far.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'll go Demba Ba.
Absolutely.
Demba Ba, legend of the football club.
The Man City and Chelsea business model is to sack managers regularly when they fall short of target. I think Newcastle could have 5 managers over the next 10 years. Well, hopefully not. Definitely don't want that to happen. I think. Liam NUFC, we bought in Remy and that was on loan. Yes, we did. Didn't want to think.
Remy was quite good.
So was Patricia now. Patricia now was good enough.
But unfortunately, we couldn't even buy the fee for Remy.
No.
Look at like Ashley, right? Mate, Ashley, he didn't. All he spent this year is probably out. Out of his own pocket.
All he cares about is the money.
He didn't care about the fans.
He's getting excited there, Sean. He says, I've just realised Sean Dice in the stream. Which one? Who are you referring to?
I know who he's referring to. Joe Muggins. Just bottom screen.
Sean Muggins. Oh, him. Milk the puddings. Sean Dice. Good man's like Burnley.
Yeah, hi.
Good season label.
Yeah, hi. So, any more things Ashley's done badly, G? You can name off the top of your head.
I remember how what I remember when the Shearer's got the name bar. I just said before I joined in.
It was great. It was funny that like.
But on the day, why didn't the name bar from Shearer's bar? Shearer's bar was a well-known name. Well known for
reason. But to be honest, it's more like a Sports Direct shop now.
Yeah, look at like when he has Sports Arena. He called that season. Why call that?
Shop at Sports Direct.
Oh, and there.
Shopping there for what?
Ever. Because we want them out of business.
I might get the I might get the acid disease for going there. Actually, they gave me the disease. What disease? The Macam disease, mate. Can't see you. Can't sit down for you. I want a guy on the day. I want a guy on the day, Peter. He needs to go and he needs to get rid of the disease. He's not wanting a man around here. No one likes him.
No one likes them. Just like the tobacco industry, nobody likes them.
Okay.
All they care about is money. Tobacco companies.
I don't know what she's done. You've had to get it twice.
Yes.
And that was a bit of a hard time for them about the game, but we did it anyway.
Yeah.
I remember I should just an idiot. He's not kept the It came out himself, and he's Clooney, and he's Lee Chumley. Callum Lee Chumley, aye, he's mate.
Oh, don't get me started with Lee Chanley. Oh,
he's you know what reminds me of?
Lee Chanley's just as bad.
He reminds me of a Buddy White Oss about that later on. He can go an eye, he can move.
He's like Mike Ashley's bulldog pet.
He's pet monkey. He's pet monkey. Come on, mate, Tumley. Come on, we're going for walking, son. But like he's, well, he made some different. He made the club horrible. He made the club like a bully toilet man.
Yeah, that is the thing. Yeah, definitely.
Dennis
What happened there?
Dennis Wise was another one.
Oh,
Wise.
yes. Wise.
We little man. They were little man.
Dennis Wise.
Where's the Wise and Wayne?
And Michael Owen was an idiot as well.
Oh, yes. Tell me about it. Oh, God.
Absolutely hate him.
I like to make wrong. He's not.
Oh, God. Michael Owen, yes.
Derek Lambias. There's another kid. There's another one.
Derek Lambias, sorry. No one.
Just wrong people on point.
Who else is... Wait. Who else the owners in Newcastle? At the minute. There's Mike Ashley, there's Lee Charnley, and who else is there?
I don't know who else is there. There's three in there, not three of them.
Is it Keith Bishop you're thinking of?
Aye.
Aye.
I
want him out as well. Keith Bishop.
The three clowns. The three Looney Tunes.
Yeah, aye. Honestly, the list just goes on, doesn't it? About what he's done.
The list goes on, mate. It goes on and on the list, I'm telling you.
But it's definitely if it's to sell up, it's definitely to sell up now, hopefully.
Sell up, man. He's got to go. He's got it gone. What has he put this club past? He's been fit in years of trust. What's he put the club? Done for 40 pence.
All Mike Ashley does is drink in his beer and all the junk food in rubbish food that he buys from the supermarket.
You got the games, right? And you say the price has gone up. It's stupid. The price isn't have gone.
Yeah. It's absolutely
that's the thing.
Alright, Daniel.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it?
That's Mr. Ashley for you.
Definitely is. Aye.
Donkey of the donks.
I really hope that he falls in the sky on his bike and he falls over and he never gets up again in his life. That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard Archer. I don't watch YouTube the day, lads. Today, there's YouTube from Ipswich, you know. He was saying about apparently Mike Ashley could buy Ipswich Town. Apparently, I heard. Watching YouTube today, Ashley buy Ipswich Town. It's stupid, isn't it?
Well, Ryan Sweeney just asks, lads, what's your fauvorite takeaway pissed? Does that mean if you've been on the night out?
I'm gonna say.
To be honest, I don't really do takeaways a lot. An awful lot.
When I'm being pissed, I'm telling you. I'm not going to when you have a few berries.
Do you all like Archer with that? Any takeaway after being on the drinking town?
I don't actually smoke because smoking should be banned.
There's about drink, Sean, drink like alcohol to get drunk after being in the club.
But not smoking because smoking's bad for you.
There's been a few. There's just been a few. While I've been on the drink, there's so many.
There's loads of them.
And Caroline Flack died as well.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'll just read another question. Andrew, NUFC best away kit of the last 13 years.
Oh, bloody hell!
That's a hard question.
Right, I've got one. I like the away kit from last season. It's the burgundy, blue, and red.
That was good. Oh, nice, good one.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's the only one I like.
The one from 1996. It's a burgundy one, but it had the Barnell star in the middle.
Yeah.
I'd have asked what I got the
That's
rooms on.
I think the away kits have been a lot more better lately than the home ones. Definitely. I mean, I didn't like this Hobes kit for this season. I think looks more.
I could have bear it, Peter. I couldn't buy it.
It just says it all, doesn't it?
You look at like I don't buy the shirts. So yeah, but I want to make those shirts, me from back in the days. More better. Better than cheap, me.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, fingers crossed. Ashley's 13 years of being owner of this football club is over very, very soon indeed.
We have a party, Pete. We have a party
I
for
pray to God.
Mm-hmm. Well, and fingers crossed, definitely it is.
No,
Get rid of them.
Would you get drunk if you sold the club? Could you get drunk?
Yeah,
I will get drunk. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Everyone's
even the players that were had in the last past 13 years.
Yeah.
Some of them have been absolute carnage. Let's go with the Kevin Keegan era. Breaking news: Newcastle have just signed some Spanish striker, Isisco. Newcastle fans' reaction: who is Isisco? I don't even know who Isisco is.
Isisco.
Perez was brilliant though.
I like Perez.
Breaking news: Michael Owen, Castle United. Wow, who's he?
Yeah,
Michael Owen wasn't very nice though.
It wasn't.
Even another one that brought in, I think it was Argentinian or Spanish, Gonzalez. Who was Gonzalez?
You get it.
Newcastle United are going to be in the Champions League if his takeover goes ahead next season. They are.
Hopefully it will be.
I reckon I would say top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 will be okay.
Top 10 or top 6. Do you mean?
I would take top.
Jay, don't get your hopes up with top 6. I'd say top 10 for first season under new ownership.
You just want Champions League, Archer, because you know what you like with seeing it.
Yeah, I do want Champions League. I think everyone wants Champions League, but once we get the new ownership in, and obviously a new gaffer, which I now think that's gonna happen, and the need to find out how much transfer budget that they're gonna be able to have, but I would say that'll take like we need a 4 to 5 year Newcastle plan at least.
That's the thing, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just read a couple more comments out. One from Andrew NUFC. We've had some brilliant players over the last 13 years, but we've sold them on. Far too many of them, definitely.
Yeah, we've sold Jenny Wylandram. We got him, and we sold him like in one season. We've had we've had Townsend.
Yeah.
I can't even download the YouTube Studio app on my phone.
All right.
No way.
Should be.
So we've had Townsend.
But at one time when I was at the match with my dad, right? There was a man. There was a man that said to me, Jay, right?
No one.
The man said to me, "What you looking at to me?"
Didn't know it, man. Ignore it.
What?
Ignore it, man.
What?
Ignore it. Ignore it. If he does it again, it's ignore him.
My dad went nuts at him.
I wouldn't blame him. You're that. Can't you?
My dad went absolutely nuts. He proper kicked off at him.
Well, I'm going to read the last comment on here and then I'm going to wrap it up. So, Right Tweety says, biggest party we'll see until we see a trophy until the departure of Cashley. Yes, absolutely. Fingers crossed this does happen and Mike Ashley's 13 years of ownership is over very, very soon. Okay, well then I'm going to wrap up the stream for tonight. So,
right, bye.
Thank you very much, lads, for joining in. So,
bye.
I hope to see you in the
Bye,
next
G.
See you later. Hope
Bye.
to see you in the next few months when it's all over.
It did say that. Okay, I'm just gonna think about it. Well then, so that's it for tonight. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for popping up in the live chat as well. Don't forget to give this a like, and of course, if you haven't checked me out before, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button. I'll just read one more from Andrew and NUFC. Great live stream here made yet. Cheers very much, and cheers for popping in the live chat. And until next time, I shall catch us all here. Take care.